we on? Are we live up in this piece? I do believe so. I do believe so. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. 1 2. What's the deal, my people? You know what it is. It's Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. And this one is the final Game of Thrones episode ever. Ever. This is it, people. The last one that we ever will see. It is very bittersweet for me, and the Don is going to talk a little bit to y'all about his journey on this Game of Thrones situation and what it really means to me before I bring in my people, for a couple of minutes, if you bear with me. I would appreciate it if you can. Let me before I do, let me pull up my people who rock with me every week. Y'all people who are up here in the chat with me every week. Let me pull y'all up here and shout you out real quick. I got Elisa Kingston, Timo 30, holding down the Gazette for the Don. As always, Peach is up in here with me. Brenda's up in here. Adrian G's up in here. OTDA is always up in here with me. Tracy's up in here. Vince Harper's up in here. Mo Castillo, JD the Dragon's up in here. Kissed by Fireworms is in the building. A lot of people. So before I get into this episode, before I had people, join me and stuff like that, I want to talk to you a little bit real quick about the Don's journey into this Song of Ice and Fire community and everything that's going on with me and why I did it and all that. When I first started doing this way back in the day, there wasn't a lot of people doing these things. And I will say this like this. Let me put you like this. Chris Rock once said, he said, that you could tell when a man's rich and when a man is wealthy. And when a man is wealthy, that means other people can make money off that man. So when we look at George R. R. Martin and you look at all the stuff he has put out and made all the money he has made for everybody else who just talks about the show, he's a very wealthy man. And Don Tony Teflon also, I may not have a lot of subscribers. I'm probably at the lowest subscriber count of anybody. I may not have, a lot of people who watch my live streams or watch my videos or anything like that, but I consider myself a very wealthy man. Not wealthy in cash flow or anything like that, but wealthy in the fact that I have been able to make money for other people because it was the Don Tony Teflon, James of Thrones. We are the ones who started this live streaming thing of A Song of Ice and Fire. We were the first ones who ever did it. I was the first one who ever came up with the pregame show idea. There was none before us. No one did that before us. And look how many people do it now. I think people take it for granted, all the people that you see live streaming. But we were the first ones who ever did it. And I'm not saying that people wouldn't have done it if we didn't do it. But I do think that people have watched us and seen where we made mistakes and seen what we did right and did that and grew from it. And now look at the people who have made a lot of money off it, people who have probably been able to move out of the house, people who have probably been able to help their parents out with stuff, people who have been able to put their kids through college, put their kids through school, quit their own jobs, start their own business, make this into a business. So I consider myself very wealthy that I was able to pass that on to people and allow people, the fandom, to grow the way it did. Through all these other content creators, because it couldn't just have grown through the Don Tony Teflon, James of Thrones, and all of us. It took everybody out there to really make this fandom grow. But since we were the first and the originators to do it, you know what I mean? I have to consider myself very wealthy in that fact that I was able to indirectly help put money in other people's pockets and help them explore the things that they like, you know what I mean? And explore this thing, this fandom, this book series that we all love. When I was reading this book and everything else, and I come from a place, in Queens, New York. When I would be outside, I was reading this book, heads would run up on me and be like, "What you reading for, son? You planning on going to jail or something?" You know what I mean? It was like that. You know what I mean? I got people who made fun of me. You know what I mean? My people, my boys made fun of me for sitting out there reading this motherfucker. I used to be outside on my tablet and reading through it, sitting outside in the park and everybody playing basketball. I sat out there and I read the book and I was reading and shit. When I decided to make a channel and do this shit, and I was with this one chick, she used to fucking laugh at me, call me stupid, call me, "What the fuck are you wasting your time for? Why are you doing this? Ain't no one gonna watch you, ain't no one gonna care about you." And and a lot of times, a lot of things, a lot of people didn't watch me and everything else. But when I got into this and when I did this thing, I've connected and met mad people. You know what I mean? I have met so many people that I would have never met in my life. I have met doctors. I have met lawyers, you know, and these lawyers ain't defending me. You know what I mean? Usually when I talk to a lawyer, I got to hire that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But I met lawyers who weren't defending me. You know what I mean? Who became friends of mine. I met real fucking rocket scientists. I met people who draw fucking cartoons. You know what I mean? And I've been able to communicate. I met people who are authors. You know what I mean? Who write their own books. I met all these people, and I would never have met any of these people. You know what I mean? If it were not for George R. Martin and the Song of Ice and Fire, and also the show Game of Thrones on HBO. So they get equal respect. So even though we have had complaints and people have complained and people have wished for things to be done better, and that's always going to be in anything that you ever see. You know what I mean? I am truly blessed and truly happy that I have become a part of this community and given a voice to the people who usually don't have a voice, you know, whether it's Latino people of color or Black people of color, and try to put their voice out there, try to put a spin or perspective, or try to put a face out there that they can recognize and say, hey, this person like me, this person, so it's all right for me to like this. I ain't got to feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. And I tell you straight up, on the bottom of my heart, man, you know what I mean? When I had to Don earlier this year, when I gotten sick this year, you know what I mean, and I got put in the hospital and shit, and I was all the way down to almost 135 pounds when I got out the hospital, and the Don looked disgusting at 135 pounds, believe me. And I did a live stream one time. It was the first time I ever did a live stream without showing myself when I had just got out, and it was the fact that I said I can't stay like this. I got to get better. And you know, when I was in the hospital for that time, it wasn't great. You know what I mean? It was a little shaky as the Don was going to make it out that hospital. And but I did. And when I came out there, 135 pounds, looked this, as you can imagine, I would look at 135 pounds. And I did that live stream, and I didn't show myself in the camera. It's the only time I've never showed myself in the camera, and that's the reason why. I said I got to get better because I have the kind of thrones to do, and people are going to have to see the Don looking like the way the Don's supposed to look. So it was an inspiration of me going to Con of Thrones and me meeting all of you that made me get back in the boxing gym, even though I could barely lift myself out of bed when I was doing that. Train again, get my weight back up, get looking the way I'm supposed to be looking, the way I'm looking right now, you know what I mean? But it was inspiration from all y'all out there, from the fandom, that made me want to just not roll over and call it a day. That made me say, you know, I got something more I could do. This is the final Game of Thrones season. I've been in this business from the beginning. We're going to keep rocking. And now the Don is all the way up to 168 pounds, right? We back to 168. And we're going to be at 175 at what I used to fight at when I used to box. We're going to be there at that weight when it's all said and done. You know, and that's the goal, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm not a typically open person at all. I really maybe y'all could seem shocked, but maybe it seems that I am, but I'm not. I'm a very private person. I have a lot of trust issues with people. I have a lot of issues that I don't like people around me. I don't trust people. When people start to get too close to me, I push them away. If people try to love me, I push them away. It goes back, and I'll give you a little history. When I was young, when I was in 6th grade, it started from when I was in 6th grade all the way to 9th grade. And my mother would always, I love my mom, but it was wrong for her to do it, but she would throw me out the house. And then I would have to go live with one of my friends or something like that. Every year, it was like clockwork. People would know it. And they say, Tone, your birthday's coming around. You're about to get thrown out the house. And it would happen. And she started fighting with me and throwing me out the house every time. You know, and that's just the way it was for me, girl. I remember sleeping on the subway, sleeping on the A train, and just sleeping there. And when I was in 6th grade, sleeping on the A train all the way to 207th Street, Manhattan, and then turning back around and going on the other side and sleeping all the way. I used to always say to myself, what was wrong with me? You know, what did I do wrong that my mom would not want me around? You know, and I didn't understand the problems that were going on in my mother's life at the time. I'm not going to get into that. But I always blame myself. So because of that, I've always had a problem of getting close to people because I have a fear of abandonment. I have a fear of people leaving me. So even when I do these videos and stuff like that, and I get subscribers and I get views and I don't get views, I have this fear. I still have that same fear that I'm going to be abandoned, that I'm going to be left behind, and things like that. And I have done this, and I have tried to overcome those things by doing this. And it's really George R. Martin books and everything else that y'all have, and y'all that allowed me to come out here and do that and become a part of this community and put my ideas out there, even though some of them are crazy and some of them people don't agree with or anything like that. But it's really, that is what allowed me to somewhat step out of my abandonment issues and try to work through them. So I thank all of you out there, everyone who has ever came on my show, anyone who's ever tried to give me advice, anyone who's ever supported me in any way, whether it's super chat or just liked my video and just stick with me and stay with me, man. I really do appreciate everything that y'all have always done for me. And I want you to truly understand how important y'all really are to me and how much you truly mean to me. And this is just the way it is. Now I'm not going to go to craziness or anything like that. And, you know, I know y'all don't want to just see me on here. So we definitely going to have our peoples up here. My people, obviously, you know, doing the pregame show for a couple of years. So where basically me and Mo Genie, you know what I mean, got cool, and I brought him on as my co-host and everything else. And everything else has been, it's been good. So I just wanted to really get in, say that to you, you know what I mean? And just let y'all know exactly how I feel about you all, you know what I mean? Because as I said, I don't have, you know, we don't get a lot of views on this channel. We don't get a lot of nothing on this channel, but people like I See Spots, you know, that's the first person who ever subscribed to me. You know, thank you for giving me a shot. Thank you for subscribing to me. I would like to say, you know, thank you to BarTube. She was the first person who ever came to me and said, hey, I want to work with you. I think the stuff you're saying is good. Even though the first video we ever did together, I was so scared. I was horrendous at it. But I want to say thank you to her. Thank you to James of Thrones. Put me on the small council and put me on the live stream with everybody else there. And I was so scared to death doing that stuff. But you gave me the shot to do it. And I want to say thank you to you and your mother, LaDonna. I also want to say thank you to History of Westeros, who inspired me to start my channel from watching their channel, and Otaku Assemble, who both inspired me to start doing my videos and making videos. I remember when the first theory I ever came up with was the pink letter one, and I made a point to Aziz, and the fact that he commented back to me and said, "Yo, I never thought of that," and I was like, "Oh my God, Aziz never thought of that? Maybe I'm onto something here." And that's what really inspired me to start myself. I'd say thank you to Carmine from Red Team Reviews. He's the first person I knew with 100,000 subscribers who reached out to me and said, hey, my channel used to be called House Teflon. And he said, maybe you should change your name to your channel so you don't get boxed into a corner, so you can expand and do everything from that. And from there, I changed my name to Teflon TV. You know, I'd like to say thank you to all of those people. Thank you to Gray Area. She's the person who showed me that how to tag a video, how to put tags in the video, how to title a video. She made thumbnails for me when mine was shitty. That's why if you ever see thumbnails that look on my channel that looks like hers, that's because she made it for me. You know, thank you to her for making those things. Thank you to Don the Cracking Wit, Don Willie's Hypes Watch. These are people that I was ready to quit, and it was them who talked me out of it and told me to come back, because I was just about done with it all, and they're the ones who talked me out of it and told me to come back, and that my voice needed to be heard and stuff like that. So thank you to you. Thank you to Mace the Pain. He's the first guy that I ever really got into an argument with about Game of Thrones in a respectable way, and we became good friends, you know, after that. So you know, I want to thank all these people. Thank you all, man, for being here with me. So it's been a hell of a ride, you know what I mean? We've been here for a while. We've been doing this for a while. It's not, I just may sound like a eulogy, people, but it's not. It ain't over. We still staying, we still maintaining. This community is still maintaining together. This is for life for me. You know, I don't care if the shows end. I don't care if the book ends. I will still be here, whether I get 1 view or 100,000. Let's hope for the 100,000. I will still be here on this channel talking about A Song of Ice and Fire. Also going to talk about The Witcher. You're going to talk about other things. And if y'all want to talk, we all going to be here for that. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know, thank you for everyone when I published my children's book with Deontay Wilder that went out and bought that book just on the strength of me and not the strength of that man being heavyweight champion of the world. Thank y'all for whoever did that and showed the Don love and showed the Don support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who's my mod, who's ever modded for me. And just would take your time just to make sure, because you know people be hating on the Don and stuff like that for more reasons than one. But thank you. All I've ever tried to do is be friends with everybody. That's all I wanted to do. I've introduced many channels to other channels that probably people won't admit or whatever, but a lot of these channels are friends and stuff because I was the one who introduced them to each other and everything. And I was happy to do it. Even if I'm not cool with those people anymore, I'm happy that they're cool with each other. And that's all I ever wanted to do. So all I wanted to be is a bridge to in this Game of Thrones community. So we got some super chats here. Let me go through the super chats that I got here. Thank you very much, all the super chats. If I missed y'all, I'm sorry. Mo Castillo says the Don videos hit harder than Deontay's punches. Thank you for taking the time out of your day for us. I look forward to your videos, and I hope everyone enjoys the finale tonight. The best community in the world. I agree 100% with that. Anthony Vasquez says, it's an honor to be here with you on this glorious day with the baddest mother effer on YouTube, doing your theories, ideas, insight on God. I think Gendry sits the throne tonight. I hope so too. I think he does too, my friend. Weezy P says, I may be late to the party, Tef, but I ain't gone goddamn nowhere. Thank you for all your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the Game of Thrones live and watch. I will. We got another one here from T. Robinson. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much for all that. If I missed one, I'm so sorry. And thank you, T. Robinson, saying thank you for being me. It's hard to be me sometimes, you know what I mean? It truly is. But I'm happy to share the spotlight, share my night with y'all. And this is the finale and everything else. But as always, I said I wax a little poetic for you and stuff like that. And I hope this is a great finale. But I'm not really here to talk about the finale too much. I really just want to talk about what Game of Thrones means to people. So let me bring on my right hand real quick. So he can get up in here, because you know, as always, my right hand's on the trigger. You know what I mean? I gotta have my peoples with me. And for this finale, the Don is drinking the Game of Thrones beer for the finale. We've had this on ice the whole. Dead in the knee. And we getting this thing popping. Mojini.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, wa Ramadan, Sumaha, mashallah.
All right, let me put the mute on Mo real quick till he gets ready. And all that. Mute yourself when you're ready, man. You know, Mo. As always, Peach, as always. You know what it is.
Teflon.
As always, you know I ain't alone. I rock with my right hand, and my right hand is on the trigger. My ninja, the king of the north, Moji Osmond.
What's going on, folks? It's Moji, the king of the north. It's Mojini, baby. It's Teflon TV. It's the bareback barbarians doing what we do. What's good, baby?
What is good? What is good? It is the Game of Thrones finale, the last episode of Game of Thrones ever. Now we're gonna have a prequel, but this is the final episode of Game of Thrones. I just want you to, Mojini, if you can, real quick, just tell the people how you got into Game of Thrones and what Game of Thrones means to you.
I got into Game of Thrones by a fella that, you know, y'all probably don't really know about like that. He's a little bit underground. I don't know if you know him. His name is Tony Teflon. I don't know if y'all ever heard that name before. Anything like that? Anybody heard that name before?
I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere.
yeah. I got into Game of Thrones by a little YouTuber named Tony Teflon about 6 years ago. Couldn't stop watching his theory videos because I love the show. I love the show since episode 1. And as soon as episode 4 finished, I started reading the books immediately. So read the books. I went through book 1 in a millisecond. And then I said, damn, maybe there's other people that like the books just like me. Let me go on YouTube. So I went on YouTube and started typing up Game of Thrones, because after reading book 1, you already have so many questions about John's parents. So I started typing in stuff about John's parents' theories on YouTube about 6 years ago. And first video that pops up is Tony Teflon's videos about John. And he probably had about 30 videos at that time. 6 years ago? Yeah, probably about 25 to 30 videos at that time. Am I right, Tef?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and some of them were old. He used to use like a video camera in front of a couch. Like it was not the setup that you see now.
No,
They
no.
were old.
Yeah, that was an iPhone on being held up by a shoebox.
Yeah, and I voraciously ate up every video Teflon had. And I was a fan. I commented on every video. And then Teflon one day messaged me back to my surprise, because he's a cool dude like that. He interacts with his fans. A lot of these YouTubers out here don't talk to their fans. They just take their money and run. But Teflon actually talks to his fans, and he messaged me and said, yo, I've seen you commenting on a lot of my videos. Did you read the books? And I was like, hell yeah, but I've only finished book 2. Remember, this was 6 years ago. All right, I've already read the books 2 times over at this point. But 6 years ago, I was only on book 2 when I met Teflon, and he told me he had already read the books a million times over, and that's how we became friends. We started doing videos, voila, voila.
That is what it is. And like I say, I guess I think I say the rest is history. And Mogini's been joining me on the pregame show and all the live streams I've done since that's happened and stuff. You know what I mean? And Mogini's helped me, help me with the camera setup, and he's helped me, with thumbnails and things like that over the years and stuff like that. And that's what the community's about. You know what I mean? It's about reaching out. Reached out to Mo. He came in here, and he started his own channel from that. You know what I mean? I had a couple of people. Don Willie did the same thing. He was the guy who commented all the time on my channels. And he would leave comments just like Mo, like 2 books long. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't read all this, man. Y'all need to start a channel so I can just watch this stuff. And they did start their own channel. You know what I mean? So I'm very blessed to have done that for people. I'm very blessed to have met all you people, especially my brother Mogini Linguini, rocking with me and stay rocking with me. Been faithful and loyal to me and stayed with me this whole time and stuff like that, man. So I truly appreciate you and appreciate everything else up in here. But as you know, tonight, the finale night is.
And one last thing, Teflon, before I go off, before we start talking, I just want to let OTDA know he's doing a great job in the chat, holding it down. But this time, OTDA, I don't know if y'all can see this. I got my camera in my hand. I'm a photographer. This is a small plugin. I'm a photographer. I do photography for nightclubs. I do photography photo shoots. This is the big boy camera. This is the Canon T6i DSLR. If you could just, to OTDA, instead of just spreading my YouTube channel in the chat, could you spread my Instagram in the chat, please, sir? The Instagram is Moji, MOEJ III. Thank you very much. Let's do this.
No doubt. And as always, I told people that this tonight is ladies' night. I don't have a couple of fellas with me because you always gotta have a couple of fellas when late. This is really ladies' night on the Teflon TV pregame show, and I'll be joined by many ladies hopefully tonight. I hope they all come, and they should all be here tonight. But I see that we have one in the building. I don't know why she ain't showing us. You usually gotta show yourself on Teflon TV, but you get the pass. This is the finale, and that is Monero Geek TV. And she has joined us. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. So if you could pump up that for me, I would appreciate that.
Let me know if you can hear me a lot better now.
Still very slightly.
I'm trying because I've got my niece here and she's got her show on, and I'm trying to keep it real low so that it doesn't interfere with my sound. So I'll try to speak up as loud as I can, and so
All right.
hopefully everybody else can hear me.
Yeah, and make sure y'all hit the like button. We got 370 people in here and only got 205 likes. Smash that like button, folks.
And I got my other brother is here with me right now. He just joined us too. He's been rocking with me this year. He came on one time, and look, I gotta keep him coming back because man, he knows what he's stuck talking about, man. And that's my brother from the Philadelphia. Sorry about them 76ers, brother, but you know that happens. I'm a Knicks fan, so you know I don't feel bad for you, goddamn. But I lost out big time this year myself, and that is who Lad Speaks. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's good, everybody? Just here, looking forward to this finale. I mean, I don't know what to expect. It is what it is, but Tony said the invitation to come out, so I had to oblige. So I'm here.
That is what's up. And we are joined by two other beautiful women up in the building. Rocking with me first, but first is my small council team member. She rocks with Don all the time on the small council and off the small council. That is the one, the only T baby.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited. Tony was trying to make
Oh
us all
no.
emotional. He
Oh
was
my
trying to make us
God.
emotional. What?
Is T baby really here? That just ruined my mood.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. That's how Jamie died.
And also, we are joined by another beautiful woman who has a little beautiful baby herself. That's why she has not been doing a thing much. But listen, that's a great excuse. If any excuse to have not to do it, she has one. And that is the Black Wildling herself, Lady D Grit. What's good, girl?
Hi guys, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me, Tony. You know, me and Tony have like a love-hating relationship, so it's really interesting that I'm even here. But I'm excited, and this is the last episode, so I'm ready to get into it with y'all because I think y'all will be honest, and I think most of y'all know how I feel about the season. I literally stopped reviewing it halfway through. So,
That is,
yay, last one. Yay.
that is what it is. And always joined by the one who holds it down for me in the chat. She is also on the panel with me at this year Kind of Thrones, representing New Man Queens, baby, at the Kind of Thrones. I cannot be any
What the
proud
hell?
to be on a panel with her. And that is the one, the only AK-47 Alicia Kingston. What's good, girl?
What's good, my people? What is good? And yes, as
Ooh.
Teflon said, I'm going to be on the panel of Kind of Thrones. I don't know how this happened, people. I really don't know why. I'm already nervous. Hopefully, I don't get up there and babble a bunch of nonsense and embarrass folks. But yeah, I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Girl, you better not embarrass us.
She's not going to embarrass y'all because she liked that. That's why she's on the panel.
Girl, you better not embarrass us.
She's on the panel. She's gonna do a thing on the panel. And that's the bottom line.
Alicia, did you hear me?
Do you really want me to address that, Mo?
You know I'm messing with you,
really?
right?
Do you really
Damn,
want
that
me to address that?
sarcasm. That sarcasm went right over your head. God damn it.
No, it didn't.
All right, we are here. Thank you for the soup. We got a super chat in the building. And that super chat is from Renee M of House Stark. We appreciate you, Teflon. Thank you for the years of great content. Thank you so much, Renee. You have been a supporter of mine. I'm still on time, sharing my links all the time. I truly appreciate you. Alicia also says, big fan. I felt like an outcast, got head in my barrio till I found Teflon TV and some other channels you promoted. Plus, I got a little crush on the Don. There's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for each of you amazing content creators. We appreciate you all.
Hey, yo, Don, we just got our last member just stepped on the panel.
Oh, I had to read the super chats. Let me go back over here.
Super chat.
Who's the last member of the panel? I'm trying to see. I can't see. Where they at? Where they at? Wait a second. Oh, Oh my God, Jordan, this is the first time ever on Teflon TV. Jesus Christ, I never seen you here. I didn't know how to highlight you and see your name. I'm sorry, Shorty, but the one, the only. I see her all the time, holding down filter issues, guys. She hates hands to start. I guess that's the best way I can announce her how she knows, and that is Timo 30 is in the building. What's good, girl?
Hi, I know this is like a first. I've never been on Tony's channel. I feel very nervous being here. This is like the biggest channel ever I'm on. So if I say anything crazy, just tell me. Yeah, fuck that bitch Sansa. And I'm still in mourning over the loss of my Lannister family. I fear that I'm losing another one tonight. And I'm actually sad in general today because, like, I feel like, I don't know, Game of Thrones has been like a part of my life for so many years, man. Like, I feel like this is like a goodbye, like, to the show, to the community, to just everything, you know? Like, whoa, Mo, what are you doing?
He's Mo.
Mo, I appreciate the antics, but you got to hit that mute button, man. You cut
Sorry,
everybody off back and forth with the background noise.
Sorry, I'm taking a picture of all of y'all. My bad.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I just saw like the picture. Like, not freaky at all.
Look at all these people up here. All right, let's go through the horns. We got a lot of people. We got to keep all these questions quick, and we go right through it. Real quick, Timo, you start with you. Then we'll go to T Baby, and then we'll go. If y'all can see the list right down, we're gonna skip Mo because he already answered this question, and go right down. What has A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, meant to you as a person, as a series in whole, as a book series in whole?
Like I said, it's been a big part of my life for God. I stepped in season 2 because Natalie Dormer, you know, she's another one that I could gay for a day because the Tudors. So
That's a
everybody
good
was
reason.
yes, everybody was telling me, watch Game of Thrones, you love it, because I love period pieces. And I was like, I don't know, the first episode, like the first 30 minutes, I didn't get into it. And then finally, I found out Natalie Dormer's in, and I was like, okay, well, now I have to watch it, you know. So then Jamie pushed the kid out the window, and I was like, oh my God, this is like the show for me, and this is like my favorite character, and took off from there. And I have been like the biggest promoter probably in my side of town for this show. Like, the writers and production company need to be paying me actually, because I buy the merchandise. I've put so many people on the shows, the books. I've read the books twice. I read the books actually. I wasn't going to read the books. I made a stance. I said I wasn't going to read the books till after the show was done. But then John died. And I said, oh, fuck that. And then that's when I picked up the books. And then that's when I actually got into YouTube, because I was like, fuck this shit. Now you done took it a step too far. Like, you done killed John. John doesn't die, you know? That's when I got into everything. And then I listened to the audiobooks. Oh my God. Too many times. Because I used to drive 2 hours to work. And all I talk about is Game of Thrones. Most of my loungewear is Game of Thrones. Everybody at work knows about Game of Thrones. Oh my God, if you guys could have known the backlash from when Jaime and Cersei died, if you guys thought I got it bad from here, just imagine the shit I got from work. Oh, guess who's dead? Guess who got crushed by rocks? Like, all week. All week. All right. So it's not just here, because, and this like affects me. Like, these people are like real people to me. Like, when I say my family, like, Lannisters are like literally my family. You feel me? Like, I really feel like I lost my family. So, and I don't think the books are going to be finished. I'm sorry to say. So, and what I think has what affects me this season, and I'll be honest, just to say like a little personal thing about myself. I guess it was a 2-year break. I don't know. I don't know because a lot of personal things happened during the 2 years, so I totally spaced. But the community is so divided this final season. I don't know if because it's ending or because I don't know why, but I'm sad for us as a community because we can't just be happy and just talk about the show. Why must we just be mad? Can we just chill and be like talk about the show? Even if it's bad, just be like, yo, just talk about the show.
Well, I
Like
think that
Danny,
I'm sorry. I think people. Oh, this is what this show is. A lot of people like to debate in this show. I think it comes down to the part when when you have a book series that hasn't been finished yet. That everyone's going to have their own opinion of how they think it should be finished or what they and get caught up in their feelings. I think a lot of people get caught up in their feelings and stuff like that. And I think that is what happens. As I said, we go to T Baby. Tell me, with you, girl, what you feel about Game of Thrones. What it has meant to you.
Well, I met all of y'all for one. Like, I would have never met none of y'all. And I have, like, some of y'all are, like, closest friends to me. Like, I can talk to y'all about anything. I've gone to con with y'all, like, numerous of cons with y'all. Even met Tony at con. And it kind of started after season 3. It started with James, first of all. I saw him and he just swore he knew how it was going to end, and he just made video after video, and I was like, okay, because he started talking about Cold Hands, and I was like, who the fuck is Cold Hands? So then I was like, all right, let me look at some other stuff, and then you came on, and I was like, okay, Black people in it. I was like, cool. And then you started talking about Azor Ahai, and I was like, who the fuck is Azor Ahai? And he was like, it could be this person. I was like, all right, let me read the books. So then I started reading the books. And then I started like commenting on y'all channels, and then y'all were like, well, why don't you come on and talk? And I was like, what? No. And then I was like, fuck it, why not? And then it was like you said, I got tired of just making all these long ass comments, and I was like, why don't I just make a video just explaining what the fuck I'm talking about? And that's basically how it all started. But it means a lot because, like I said, I call y'all like legit friends. Like, even if we're not talking about Thrones, I could talk to y'all about anything and we're all good. I mean, even the people in the chats, like, I talk to y'all like clockwork. Like, it's just natural. And it even comes off because, like, Tony, for a few years, I would just comment in your video, and then we actually met. And then I was like, oh, it felt like family, cool, didn't even feel awkward. Same with my lady. So it means a lot because I got like true legit friendship out of this shit.
That is what it is. What it is. Monero Geek, Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire. What has this series meant to you?
Can y'all hear me? I hope I'm coming through a little bit louder now.
It's I guess it's as good as it's gonna get, girl. So let's do it.
Okay. Um, I I just happen to really love the series. I think I like it more because of the human interest part of it, and that's what attracted me to the series as a whole. And for full transparency, I'm not really a show person, so I've only been watching the show since season 6. I had no real interest to see any of the other seasons prior to that, but I have seen scenes from the previous seasons, but I have not watched the show from. I've watched a few episodes of season 1, and then I stopped watching it because as soon as I found out that it was a book series from the first episode, I actually started reading the books and I never went back to watching the show. And so just so that everybody can kind of get an idea where I'm coming from. So most of the commentary that I make is mostly because of my love for the books, not necessarily for the not right now. Okay. Sorry about that. Um uh so I truly love this story. I truly love the characters. I don't hate any character. I'm like, because I think every character brings something to the table, and I love the way that they both play. They each have a role that they play, and how they each have a good side, and they each have a bad side. I'm gonna come to you in a second. Give me a minute, please. Sorry. So, yeah, like everybody, like T Baby said, I was able to meet some great people, make some really great friends, got to hear some very good insight. It's just been a really really great way for me to be around fellow nerds and not feel like an outcast, because you know I don't there's not too many people that I can have conversations like this with, and so it was great to find a community where that I don't feel like I'm like out here by myself. Like there's other people that actually have other like minds, and where my thoughts and views are not seen as weird or anything like that. So that's all I've got.
That is what it is. That's beautiful. My man from the Illadelph, please tell me what Game of Thrones has meant for you.
Well, a lot for the last 6 years or whatever. It took a while for me to get into it, honestly. Like my first season, I got this older brother, right, who always liked Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. That was like never my thing, so it's actually kind of surprising. But I gave it season 1 had already passed. I went and just bought season 2. Exactly at the time I was living in Egypt for a minute, right? So I just threw it in there, right? So I'm looking like, damn, well, they got midgets up there getting head and all this kind of, and I'm like, whoa, this is just some different stuff. So this caught my interest. When I first saw the first scene epilogue with the White Walkers, I thought that was whack. Like, cause just me, I didn't understand what I was looking at. I'm like, this ain't what I'm like. Then when I saw they got midgets like playing prominent roles, I'm like, oh no, this is a little different. Caught my attention. Then when Jamie pushed Bran out the window, I'm like, oh man, all right, they got me. So I started watching. I watched episode 2, slow build up and everything. I really was hooked after Ned Stark's head was chopped off. I'm like, that's not supposed to go like that. Like where a guy has honor and other people are snakes, he's supposed to win out. So I'm like, okay, they have my attention. After that, then that's when I read book 1. So I'm like, so I started to see how deep it was and to see the different myriad of characters. And I started to see like, okay, there's something behind it. And then after that, I think the next thing that interests me was probably like, the Daenerys character, as far as our freeing slaves and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, this author kind of has some depth to him, and that's kind of what got me. And it took a while because, I'm type of guy similar to your background. Like we ain't into that kind of stuff. We think stuff is just, corny. I'd have been one of them people just messing with you over there reading the book. Like, the heck is you reading? You know what I mean? But once I saw behind it, it isn't just like Lord of the Rings, where a grown man would just be living next door to a hobbit or next door to like a Grumpkin or a Snark. The majority of the characters don't believe in the supernatural aspect. So it seemed realistic to me, even though it has what George calls the soft magic. So I've been hooked and got into, just finally this year, got into the content creating aspect. And that's where I am. Greatest show of all time until this season.
We talk about that. Well, Lady D, how does the Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones affected you in your life?
Well, I started with A Song of Ice and Fire first before the shows. My cousin had been reading the books. And so I started the books, and then the show came out, and I kind of took a pause on the books because there were no more books. So we kind of just had to wait. But I started with the books in graduate 2009 or so. I started with the books and read through, finished, and didn't have anything else. So I started checking out the series when that came out, 2009 or 10, whenever that was. So for me, the content creating perspective, that didn't happen until much, much later. It's actually my boyfriend at the time encouraged me. I was watching a Preston Jacobs video, and some of y'all might know which one. My very first video was about the genetic like the genetic requirements in order to ride or to have a dragon. And I argued against what he said. He was saying it was an X chromosome linked trait. And I was saying, well, this is impossible because of what's in the books, what they told us, and it would have to be this autosomal recessive trait. And that was like my thing. And that's how I met AK and T Baby and like Christina the Sphinx and all that from back then, was from that one video, from just agreeing with somebody who was really popular. So from there, I just sort of started putting out little videos, eking them here and there. And yeah, that's it. I ended up here with y'all. So to me, it's meant community, definitely, in some of the roughest times that I've had in the last few years, but also is a safe place to sort of express yourself and do what I like to do best, which is read and research, and then put that out there and talk to people about it.
That is what's up. That is what's up. And we are happy to have you, and it's great to have you. And those were great videos too. Even the ones you tried to argue against me, those were great videos too.
One video, my God. One video. And then I asked you what you thought about it. You was like, nope, unfriend. We're not going nowhere. We're not going there. Just bye. Just bye.
It's fine. AK-47, my girl. But you know, I can't remember you not being here with me. I really don't. But please tell the people how Song of Ice and Fire, what it means to you and how you got into it.
You know, how I got into Thrones. Okay, so I don't know, you probably know by now, but I am an extremely huge nerd. And I have always had a great like for period pieces, especially things set in medieval times and like ancient Japanese or ancient Chinese times. That's always been my thing. So I heard about Game of Thrones when the show was first starting, and you know, read just a little bit about what it was going to be about, and I said, okay, I'm definitely going to like this, but I'm going to stay away from it. And that's because at the time, I was very deep into writing fan fiction for a couple other different shows, and I didn't want any other plots and new stories getting put into my head, because then I would, you know, not keep up with the stories that I was doing already. So up until I think it was season 4 is when I saw Emilia Clarke in her, you know, full Daenerys costume with a little baby dragon sitting on her lap on the cover of Entertainment Magazine. And I was like, huh, all right, she's cute and she's got a dragon. Okay, let me check out what this is about. So then I broke down and I said, fuck it, let me go ahead and check this out. I watched one episode and saw the White Walkers, and I was like, oh, all right, okay, this might be interesting. Then the thing I think that really first got me was when Ned took Bran out to the beheading that he had to do. And basically after that, you know, he basically took his little 6-year-old kid out to go see somebody die, and then, you know, turned to look at him like, okay, so what did we learn today? Why did this happen? Or do you understand what you just saw? And I was like, well, shit, okay, this you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. So I binged the first all the way up to season 1, all the way up to season 4, episode 7 is when I caught up to where the new episodes were, and I did all that within about 2 weeks of hardcore binging, going to sleep late, being tired as hell at work the next day. I couldn't get enough. And then once I caught up, and I was like, no, there needs to be more. And I found out about the books. I got the books. I went into going into the histories, and like my girls know, when it comes to the histories of the houses, that's really where I dig in deep to find out what was going on. How did we get here to where we are? So the history and lore of this world is where I really bring a lot of my knowledge, because that's what the main things that I've researched. And from there, I just, you know, I got onto YouTube. You and Bar and Comic Book Girl 19, I think, were the first 3 people that I found that were doing videos about the houses that were in the show, and giving theories and whatnot. And I found, you know, Preston, James and LaDonna, Quinn from Ideas of Ice and Fire, and it just went rolling from there. And like me and you would chat in the comments on your videos, same with Don Willie. And I think I only even really started doing YouTube because of Don Willie. He that's the first panel that I was ever on. He put me on, and we just been going from there. And I'm just glad that I've gotten to know everybody. I mean, I miss Bar a lot. I used to talk to Bar when, even after she stopped doing Game of Thrones stuff and she had her book reviews channel, we would chat during that. And I hope she comes back at some point in time and talks at least about the finale, because I miss her insight. But we just been rocking. I found my girls here, and like Lady D said, I'm gonna shout out Sphinx and the North Remembers, Candace and Christina, because I do miss them. You know, we had some stuff happen a couple years ago, but I still miss my girls. So shout out to them. I hope they're doing well, and we're all here still rocking. And I know we're still gonna be doing this even after this episode is over tonight, because we still got more to come. And there's always books and tons of theories that people are going to come up with for us to go through. And I can't wait. I don't think we're done yet, just so everybody knows.
No doubt. I missed old Bar. I really do miss Bar. Bar was like I said, the first person who was really good at making videos and everything, that came to me and said, hey, I want to work with you. I did the TMB Q&A with her for 3 years straight. And it's just things, her life just got a little hectic and she had to stop doing it and stuff. But I really miss Bar. As for Christina Spinks, she was supposed to be on this year. I spoke to her a couple of times. She was supposed to get on, but the timing just didn't work out. But she is set up again to come back and do some stuff. So we definitely are going to have her on and everything else like that. So, and hopefully she goes back to doing what she was doing. As I say, this is all about community. Look at this big community we have right here. Look at all the people on this panel right here. We all met because of this book series. And without this book series, we wouldn't know each other. We wouldn't be dealing with each other, man. And that's what it's all about, man. It's just the love that we are shared here. And I think that my most memorable moment, I think that I'm going to say something that I think that the show did that really got right into the books to me was the Red Wedding moment. When I seen that Red Wedding happen on the show, it was more beating it. When I seen her get stabbed in the belly with the baby and all this, and Rob Stark, and I was just blown away. I remember that next day, and I could barely breathe after I watched that Red Wedding situation and stuff. It was just a really powerful moment. I know the show takes a lot of hits all the time, but I think that is something that they definitely got right and did even better. So Mo, I haven't heard from you in a second, bro. If you could give me one thing from the show that's a memory, one of your most memorable spots on the show that really caught your attention, what would that be? Is he there? Well, when Mo comes back, we'll have him answer. Timo, we'll ask you that question. Well, give me one moment from the show, not the Jamie pushing Bran out the window. You said that. Give me a shocking moment from the show that really let you know that this show was what it was, special.
Direwolf deaths. Like Lady dying, that hurt. The humans dying don't really affect me. Like, not to sound savage or nothing. Like the Red Wedding, like I wasn't sad. I was more like stunned. Like, this is a joke, right? It wasn't until next week, like, I was like, oh shit, that actually did happen. But I was more sad about Grey Wind than anybody else. Even on the rewatches, I can't watch Grey Wind dying. So it's always direwolf deaths. No, across the board. Direwolf dying across the board.
You're one of those people that when you see a bum and a dog outside, you say, poor dog, F you bum. You're one of those people, right?
If a bum has a dog, they get changed from me. If a bum has a sign that says, yo, I want, like, when I go to New York to visit my family, if they say, yo, I want change for some hoes, drugs, and alcohol, I'm like, yo, you on this. Here you go.
So listen, if you're a bum in the street and you want money from Timo, make sure you have a dog by your side. You're going to get that dough, or just point your side after some drugs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Don't put that food bullshit, right? Don't put food, don't put water, don't put that up there. No.
So and if you're missing an arm or missing a leg, then you'll get some change and stuff from me. But
Very
yeah,
cool.
direwolf deaths always get me every time. I didn't care about Hodor. I cared about Summer. I didn't cry for Hodor. I still don't care about Hodor because Summer got me. Like everybody was like, "Oh, Hodor." I was like, "What the fuck? What happened to Summer? Summer just jumped in the fucking like, what the hell?" I should have paused, but I didn't, and that's why I didn't give a fuck about what happened to Hodor.
I
So,
feel, I feel.
direwolf, direwolf.
Direwolf did it. T baby, you give me the same question to you. We're gonna cross the boards quick. Give me a shocking moment that let you know this show was real for you.
Uh, I'm actually still Timo shit. It's really gonna be when Jamie pushed Bran out the window. Like I seen a movie like that and it was shocking, and it was shocking still. I was like, I didn't catch on that was his sister. It didn't click until he pushed the little kid out the window. I don't know why. Maybe I'm slow as shit, but that moment, or you could say, see, I don't want to say a typical one like, oh, Nick, head cut off, but that's like, I thought he was the good guy that was supposed to win. I will say the Viper in the Mountain, because they really made you think like there was hope and he was going to get it, and then it just went downhill from there. So I'm gonna go with that moment,
All right.
because I can't go with Hodor because Timo's heartless. I can't go with Hodor right now.
I feel you. I feel you. Renero Geek. What give me a shocking moment from the TV show? I know you stopped watching it, so it's probably hard for you to answer this question. But when you were watching it, that let you know what this was good.
Oh, I don't think I could really answer that question since if I'm to be honest, I've only been watching since season 6, so most of the shocking moments happened way before that. But I think what I'm gonna reference already happened in in the in the show already. What you alluded to was the red wedding. So for me, that because when I on YouTube, but reading it was very visceral for me. Like I had to I had to put the book down for a while. I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. Who does that? Who does that? Like who who kills people off like that? And I guess it's just the way that people were killed and the way that it went down that was just like, wow, this dude is like has no mercy. Like nobody is safe. That's when I knew that nobody is safe. So people probably always hear that I always say that, man, everybody's just gonna die. If you care about somebody, more than likely they're gonna end up dead. So
Yeah,
that,
I
that
I felt that way. I guess what happened to me with Stannis Baratheon.
well, he's still alive. So him dying on the show, it didn't bother me on the show. Like people that they killed off on the show that I know that are still alive in the books, it didn't bother me that much because I know they're still alive. But the people that did die on the show that are really actually dead in the books, I can see where there might be some sort where there is a little bit more of an emotional attachment because now you're actually visually seeing it. But I'm the, they killed Stannis off because I don't think the showrunners really like Stannis from what I heard. So they were okay with killing him off early and just giving most of his scenes kind of like meshing his storyline to John, which is what they do to kind of reduce the number of characters that they have. So you still got hope since he's still alive in the books.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep that hope without a doubt. A man from
Hey,
the
Tony,
Hell, please give me a reason. Will you want to say something, Timo, real quick?
don't worry. Stannis has been redeemed. Danny has officially burned more children, more people, and more everything than Stannis could ever do.
Look,
Okay, so
I,
Stannis is a lot better. I don't care what nobody says about Stannis. I wish they would say, "Oh, he burned his daughter." I wish they would come at me with some stuff like that because Danny has done a lot worse for the throne for the same thing, and he was actually by rights the heir. So just
that is
one.
true. I have to agree with you on that. Stannis is what this has proven to me, and hopefully to everyone else, that Stannis Baratheon should have been king. He would have been the best king in Westeros ever had. Eldef, give me a shocking moment, something that made you say, "God damn, this show is what it is."
Definitely like Stannis. That was my man. I like what he stands on, his principles, except for the fact that he lets a woman whip him. That I don't respect that. But the first thing I actually cared about in the show, besides other stuff just being action, wow, that was shocking. That surprised me. This and that was Daenerys freeing slaves. That is the first thing that actually meant something to me, really. All the other stuff was just like any other show. So that would be it for me. Was the moment where she was gonna where a dude was believing, okay, she's gonna trade Drogon for the Unsullied, and then burnt him, took the slave, gave him a chance to be free. They decided to go with her. I was like, okay, all right, this is interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was an ill scene too. This the way she was like, "Unsullied, I gotta kill the masters." That was just. I was like, "Oh, this chick ain't playing around." Oh, she burned him at the fire behind her and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, this chick ain't playing around." I love that scene. That's one of my favorite Emilia Clarke, Daenerys Targaryen scenes of all time, without a doubt. Because that dude, he thought he was slick, you know. So, oh, she's got a nice ass, blah blah blah. She was like, I speak of a lot. That's not the tongue of my mother. Oh, this Solid, kill ass. Yes, that was really
without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Well, we're gonna go right here to Lady Degret. Please tell me a scene that made you love the show.
Man, I can't give y'all a scene that made me love the show, because it was the books that had me, like, to be honest with you, like, so the show already kind of had a one up, but I got a few like, oh my gosh scenes. I'm surprised nobody talked about Arya coming back to kill all the Freys. That yes, laugh, brave men, like, took them through the whole shit and then killed everybody and laughed and walked out. I thought that was just the dopest thing ever, and that was like season 5 or 6. Hodor, I know, you know, Timo, you a savage, but Hodor hurt. Hodor and 1-1 dying hurt me. Like, those, I don't think I've ever really been hurt more by a show than watching Hodor get stabbed to death and watching 1-1 get shot in the eye.
Yeah, he did take it right in the eye too. That why they have to do it in the eye? You know, they could call him anywhere. They put it right, and then why they have to have this dude be the one who did it too? You know what I mean?
Right.
Have him be. They didn't have to have that little bastard be the one to take him out, but they did. AK-47. Same question to you.
I mean, I have a lot of favorite scenes, but the one that actually just came to mind that I love because it was a satisfying death. Like when Joffrey died, everybody was all happy, and I was happy to see him go too, but that really wasn't enough for me. I felt like Joffrey should have suffered a whole fucking hell of a lot more. No. What I enjoyed was I and damn, it almost hurts me to say it because I very rarely agree with this chick, but when Ramsay started getting eaten by his own dogs and Sansa walked away with that smirk, I was right there with her. I was here for all of that. Fuck Ramsay Bolton. He deserved to go out the exact fucking way he did. This asshole used to hunt poor women down with those dogs and whole bunch of other fuck shit. Y'all think what he did in the show was cruel? Go read up some of the shit he did to little Jane Poole and what the dogs had to do with her in the book, and you'll see how horrible that little asshole really was. So him going out the way he did, that was a brilliant freaking scene, and I absolutely loved it.
I thought that was a great scene too. And let me shout out LaDonna Sargent, who made up that theory that Ramsay Bolton would be eaten by his own dog. She's the one who came up with that all them years ago, and that is exactly what happened. So shout out to someone else from the small council who got something right and came up with a theory back in the day and got something right. So we have reminisced about Game of Thrones, and we have waxed poetic about it and stuff like that. So let's get to this season and this episode. and everything else like that. I mean, we'll go right. If y'all don't want to have to keep your microphones off, yeah, because it's easier for me not to call you out. But if you have to, then you can. But just jump in whenever you want to jump in, and this we'll go through. We'll go through a couple of characters, and first we'll just say if you think they're gonna live or die. So we'll start with Tyrion Lannister. Was Tyrion Lannister live or die? It's
Die.
live or die. Who said that?
Die. He's got to die. Like at first, I did think that Tyrion would be the only Lannister of Tywin's line that lived. But after all the fuck shit that happened with him this season, I don't see how he is gonna live. I said that he was gonna get Varys killed because he was trying to cover his own ass, and that shit happened last episode, and Varys is gone, so he don't really have a whole lot to cover up any randomness that he's been doing anymore. So I don't see him living. I really don't.
Timo, your last Lannister, what's going to happen to him?
I say he should die, but I haven't been able to predict damn near anything right this season because I don't think anything adds up or matters, so he'll probably live. I'm saying he's going to die, he'll probably live.
Go ahead, Timo. Y'all jump in there, please.
Go ahead, Timo. Those your peoples.
I want him to live, but for story's sake, it makes sense for him to die. The Reigns of Castamere, the Lannister line needs to die in books and show. It just makes sense. So I'll be disappointed. I don't know. I don't know how I feel if he lives or dies. So I don't know. Yeah, y'all got me on that one. I feel like he should die because, story-wise, the Lannister line should end. All the other houses are ending, right? And Tywin killed all. I don't know. But maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Maybe the writing is bad, like everybody says. But Lannister shouldn't be dying like this. I don't know if I can handle another Lannister death. Seriously. I'm going to have to call out of work on Tuesday. There's no way. Fuck that.
Don't do that. I'm going to say that I'm going with Fulan. I think that I've been wrong about everything. Stuff that makes sense to me just doesn't happen. So even though it makes sense for him to die for what he did, I don't think he's going to die. I think John might step in and say, if you behead him or burn him alive, I'm done with you. I don't know. But I think that Tyrion lives. Imagination Land.
Lady DeGret.
I think that in the books and the show, Tyrion lives.
All right.
I think it's that simple. I think in the books, he's needed because there aren't enough players in the game, and there's 4 claimants for the throne still. 5, if you look at, depending on how you're looking at it. So someone needs to use him in order to make it to the throne. So he's going to have to survive at least to a certain point, probably to the very, very end of the books. And in the show, I don't think they're going to kill him because I don't think they're going to kill him. I have no hope for this show. Give up. I'm telling y'all right now, lower your expectations. Lower your expectations. Like T-Baby said, you will not be disappointed then. So just do that because he's going to survive and it's going to be something really stupid too. Just be prepared.
Not being negative, because she makes it sound like I'm being hella negative. I'm just saying, don't go in there thinking you're going to see something so extravagant, over the top, something you just never saw coming. Just go in there fresh. I'm going to just see what I'm going to see, and I think you will enjoy it. I'm not that heartless, guys. Okay.
All right, Tarzan, Trial by Trivia, joining us in the building right now. Tarzan, what's going to happen right now to Tyrion? Is he going to live? He's going to die. Tarzan's pulling the most genie, it seems like. All right, I guess when he gets in here, I'm getting in here. This is a great professional show for the last show. I will tell you that. So organized. All right, we'll go to the next person in the room then. Let's say Jon Snow. Jon Snow, live or die. I'm going to say Jon Snow. I really think he should die but for some reason, I think they may set him up to live. But I really think he should die. So I'm just gonna. I said die earlier in the Black People Talk Game of Thrones podcast. I'm gonna stay with die. Go around the horn, please. Unmute yourselves and just say, what do you think Jon Snow's gonna live or die?
He's gonna die. I've been saying that for the longest. I was wrong every time, but I'm stubborn. I'm gonna stick to he's dead.
Jon Snow is the biggest disappointment in the whole show, period. He's the biggest. He came back from the dead for nothing. Him being half Targaryen means nothing. He doesn't want to be the king. He don't want to run his house. He letting women. I'm not saying women can't run out, but he's the dude that could totally stop everything that happens as far as what happened in King's Landing. He's the one that could have squashed the beef between his cousin Sansa and his aunt Daenerys. He ain't do any of that, all because he has no ambition. A person like that should be dead. In the real world, they'd be dead, or they'd be a bum sitting on the couch that has no job or anything. You cannot have no ambition and be this person that's considered a hero. He should be dead, but I just don't believe they're gonna do what makes sense. He probably just going to end up just somewhere beyond the wall or with ghosts or something like that. And like, man, I'm whatever, y'all got it. I'm just so disappointed in what they did with Jon. I don't even know where to start. And I don't want to put his energy down, so y'all got it.
No, you bring the energy. Next up, come on, AK, who's your team?
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Jon really could have been a lot firmer in everything that he's done this season. But again, this is Ned Stark's son. I don't give a fuck if Rhaegar actually is his biological father. No, this dude is Ned Stark's son, and he's making Ned fucking mistakes. And he's been doing that all damn season. So yeah, I mean, he should die for being an idiot, but it's the show, and Jon's supposed to be the bee's knees and whatnot, so he's probably gonna live.
All right. Lady Grit.
Jon isn't dying. Like I wish I could give y'all more context, but I don't see him dying either. I don't see anybody that's one of like those main characters from the show. Like, anybody who hasn't died yet, I don't think is gonna die unless it's some like, some freak stuff like with Grey Worm dying fighting somebody or something like that. Other than that, I don't think we're gonna see any of the main people die, except for like maybe one person, and it's gonna have to either be Jon or Dany if they actually still give a shit about us and are writing the show. But otherwise, I don't think we're gonna see major deaths like that. So I would put Dany first over Jon. Honestly, I don't see him dying.
All right, Monero Gee.
I'm just gonna say I agree with Lady D. Because I'm in a minority about this season, so I'll just keep my thoughts to myself, and I'll just say I'll agree with Lady D.
Well, keeping your thoughts to yourself on a live stream is not really a good thing to do.
The reason why I say that is because I know how disappointed a lot of people are in the show. And I don't want to come in here like I'm some ray of sunshine and be like, because the honest truth is, I think this is the best season that they've written. But I know I'm in the minority in that, and so I don't want to just be like this. I don't know what word to use, but I feel like it would be. I feel like I would just be like not in line. And so a lot of my comments would just go to the wayside anyway, because it's not really the common theme. So.
No, if you enjoyed it, girl, tell them why you enjoyed it. Not everyone in the chat hated the show. Like, it's a lot of people that liked it.
Exactly. I liked it. I thought they messed up a couple of points, but I still like the show in general.
Sorry, Tony. Even me now, like, I say I dislike it strongly just because I had such like hope for what it could be, but I don't totally hate everything about it. Like, express yourself. Safe place.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you
Super chat from Sailor
I
Diva.
want somebody to convince me. I would. I welcome that. Like I don't see it, so that would be good.
I feel you. We got super chat from Sailor Diva. First off, thank you everyone for all your hard work. Where is Hearts of Bane and Widow's Wail right now? I don't know if we're ever going to see those swords again or those questions will ever be answered. We're still going around. Timo, we're talking about Jon Snow. Is he going to live or die?
I'm raising my hand like you, the professor over here, Tony. Like Professor Tony, excuse me.
Just keep that mute off and just talk. Just talk. It's better if y'all just keep the mute off and talk because it's hard for me to see y'all and then go back to the chat and everything else. So if y'all can just keep the mute up and just talk, it'd be much better. Free flow.
Monero, please stop that. Like I'm like the resident fangirl in this community. I have been like the defender of all hate, like on every channel, every stream, every chat. Forget a ray of sunshine. I've been like going hard, extra. Like I'm like a D&D fangirl when I don't even really need to be. But I'm just like, yo, it's the last season. Like, can we just be happy? Like, everybody just be happy. Like, if we want to be sad, just turn on the news. Don't watch Game of Thrones. Watch the news. We got a fucked up president. Like, if you really want to complain, like, that's a whole nother stream. You feel me? So, I mean, don't ever feel like, and plus, that's your opinion. So, don't ever feel like you have to keep it to yourself because the haters definitely are not keeping it to themselves. So we need to step up and voice our opinions. So, because there's a petition out there that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, that shit is stupid.
That is so absurd. So absurd.
Almost 2 million though, so that's real.
Like, I mean, I understand, but what they really think is going to happen? Come on now.
Just let them know they don't like it. I signed it.
On the flip side, have you seen articles of like Maisie Williams saying like how she's been depressed about how fans are reacting?
Why? She got paid. She good.
Fans are saying that they hate the season, and these actors are putting their all into what they do. And like I used to act in high school and stuff. Like if the actors are putting their all into what they do, and the fans are saying like how much they hate this season, and they got 2 million views about how much this. Like somebody as young as her who's spent her entire life in this, and she's pretty much been in every pretty much carried this whole season. She's gonna feel like it's her fault. No wonder why she's fucking depressed. Like, of course she's gonna feel that way. Like, you can't fault her for her opinions either. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, just see it from different angles. Don't just like hate just on two writers, because it's not only David and Dan are not the only writers, by the way. Like, there's a whole writing room. There's not only two writers. Like, we need to expand that hatred too. As far as Jon Snow, can he live? Like, for real? This poor kid, like, his whole story, he's been fighting, trying to convince people, yo, the White Walkers, the White Walkers, the White Walkers. And finally, people believe him. All this brother wants to do is just, and then before the White Walkers, his own brothers kill him, and then they bring him back, and then he's still got to convince people, the White Walkers, the White Walkers, the White Walkers. He's trying to save humanity and shit. And then humanity saved. And now the fandom is even. Fuck Jon Snow. It's just like, damn, can a brother live? Like, can he just go, like, fuck off to Dorne somewhere and just, like, live in the sun and just, like, chill? Like, that's what I would like to see. I would write him, like, just living in Dorne, like, on the beach. Or with Tormund. Well, no, because he don't deserve Ghost. So, no, I'd write him in Dorne. I'd write him in Dorne on the beach somewhere, fucking with some bitches. Like, that's what he needs to be. So, yes, I hope he lives. Because his ambition was the White Walkers, and they are done. Why does he need any more ambition? Why must he want the throne? Why must everybody want the throne? Everybody, like, you see where that's gotten everybody, right? Like, dead. Like, does he want to be dead again? Probably not. He said he wanted to go south back in season 6, I think, when he came back to life, and he never made it there. So can the brother live? Like,
I
a
don't
lot of
think he's
fans
gonna.
are turning on him.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that people, when they criticize the show, they're criticizing the actors at all. I think they're criticizing the plot holes that the people that are writing are not putting in. So I think Macy Williams, she got the bag. I think she needs to have a little bit thicker skin, because she's gonna come out with a lot more movies in her life, and people aren't gonna like those either. Not everyone's gonna like everything you do, and you can't take stuff personally. Look at Halle Berry and Catwoman, right? Ain't no one like that shit.
Off
But
on her.
hug it to right? If she would have been like that, she wouldn't have a career. And that was terrible, that movie. She's beautiful. That was a terrible movie. You know what I mean? So she came back right now in her last film and stuff. So it's all progressive. You got to grow thicker skin, that little girl. She should not get all up in the feelings like that. But Tarzan, Trial by Trivia, you got your audio right, bro. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna ask you this question real quick. You think that Jon Snow is going to live or die? And I guess your audio is not fixed. We cannot hear you at all.
Hangouts has been having a lot of issues with that lately. Jump out and jump back in, Tarzan. See if that helps.
This is the most professional pregame show live stream.
I'm just saying.
Hangouts don't want us to be great, man. That's the problem.
Can I just say something? I just want us all to just respect each other's opinion. I think that it's cool that you enjoyed it, loved it, thought this was the best season of your life. And I think it's cool if you hated it and thought it was trash. Like, we got to respect each other's opinion. It is not the end of the world. It is not. That's the best thing about this series, is that it gave you so much debate. Timo, me and you, how many times we had some dope ass debates about Sansa alone, Jamie alone. So it's cool that y'all don't agree with each other, but it's like, just respect it. It is okay for you to love this show, and it's okay for you to hate it. This is a place where it's just okay to express yourself and not be judged off of the fact that you don't agree with someone. It's okay, people. I promise you, y'all will be fine.
Damn. Politics. Don't make this like you can't talk politics at work. You can't talk things at work. Let's just keep it. You know what I mean? Everyone's point is valid. Everyone has the right to feel the way they want to feel. You know what I mean? If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's it. That's it. No one's got to agree with everyone. It's just how you feel. We still love each other, and we still get down like that and everything. Tarzan, you fixed that?
Nah, I think he's still down.
No, I still think he's down there. All right, so we have gone through at least two people. Let's go through Daenerys. I don't see Daenerys, especially. I think they set her up to die, which I think is the worst thing possible. The way they had her burn all these people up. I think that's the setup, because I think if you didn't do that and you killed her, you would have had everyone going crazy. But I think by doing that, letting her burn everybody up, it was a setup just so they could kill her off when this is all said and done. And I think she's gonna get killed. What do y'all think? Does Daenerys Targaryen live, or she gonna get got?
Hey, hold on. Wait, real quick. You want to get them 2 super chats? Folks just sent in for you.
Do you know them? You see it?
Yeah. The first one is from Regana 3. Says the petition isn't aimed at actors or the crew. We love and support and appreciate them. It's aimed at the writers, period. Which, I do agree with that, but there are a lot of fans out there that have been, going hard at some of the actors as well. The second one is Diaries of Yggdrasil. I think I pronounced that right. I don't know. Sorry. She says, "Hey, Teflon, looking good. Love seeing this beautiful panel. Nice to see and meet other Black content creators. Where is Howland Reed and his daughter? Still in the swamp."
That bitch is gone. She said,
if I'm going to die, I need to go home and be with my family. And she went back to Greywater watching. That's where she at.
Right. Y'all know I love Bran. I love Bran. But Bran did her dirty. And I would have said, fuck it. I'm not coming out. Y'all can deal with that shit on your own. So it is what it is. She gone, y'all.
Are we still talking about Daenerys?
Yep, Daenerys. She living the dime, baby.
Yeah, they turned the you know, the one character that talked about changing the world and freeing slaves, they turned her into Satan, so she has to die. But I think she will probably, they still gonna keep her around some type of way. I think she might be a new Night's Queen, something corny like that. That's kind of what I predict. Because
that's a flip on the trope. Now people are saying that, you know, oh, we got the great white savior here with Daenerys, but now that they flipped that great white savior and made her actually Satan, you think that that's the way they were going with it?
They might have just came up with that shit like last year. But you know what I mean? Like they might not even had that planned during season 7. They might have at season 7 say, you know what? We're gonna break them up. So we're gonna turn her into Satan, have her kill it, you know, everybody, and because we think that's cool. That's really how I think they think. So you know.
Damn what it is. All right, people, go ahead. Daenerys, you living or dying?
I think Danny's out of here just based off of the show. The way I just can't see the people like wanting to rule her, not letting her rule, but I could see that other lords would still try to come after her after they hear what she actually did. I just can't see them letting her live. I don't know how they would kill her. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, she'll get stabbed by Jon or Arya. I think because everyone thinks it's those two, it's going to be someone completely different. But I do think she is going to die, though. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, go on.
I think she's dead. I don't think everybody's saying Mad Queen. I don't think she went mad though. That's just like a little side note. I don't think she went mad. I think she like consciously did it. But that's,
yeah, I've been hearing people say that too. Like she planned that.
Yeah, because she said, "Let it be fear." Like I don't think she's crazy. I don't think she went mad Queen Daenerys like her dad. Like she did it on purpose. But yeah, she's dead.
Do you think she did it when she was talking to Grey Worm, or do you think she already had it planned after she talked to Jon?
Jon solidified it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think she thought ahead on that one.
You should have gave her the D.
His D is trash. She still would have burnt the city. D, what do you think? You quiet.
I think she was gonna do it. I think when Grey Worm burnt that collar, they were like, she was like, this is all Miss Sunday brought with her, and it's like, okay, it's a remnant from her enslavement. And Grey Worm's basically, yeah, well, forget that, and tossed it. Like I thought it was just another Dracarys, like burn them all. Like we just gonna go get it. That's what I took from it. So before anybody even came in there to say anything, I think she was already there to like, nah. Like, we're going to take them all out. Like, you knew we were coming at this point. If you didn't want to get burnt up, dragon, like, you probably should have got out of King's Landing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
And
I think that
said that.
Missandei
said that, too. She said burn them all. So
burn them all. Like, that's your best friend. Think about it. She had absolutely no friends, right? That's her best and only friend ever in life because her brother was a bastard to her. Right, and you killed the girl's only friend.
Okay.
And
if I had a dragon, if most girls had a dragon, and your man cheat on you, you probably burn a city block. So imagine if you're real, they'll burn a city block. I know some girls that burn a city block right now. Don't care who on it, mama, daddy, little kids. Oh well, get off the block. Don't care. But you know, you do that to somebody's best friend, best and only friend. I'm telling you right now, let me have a dragon and you come after my best. I'm burning everybody and everything. I don't care. Burn them all. Like, you're going to freak out because it's everything she's ever tried to love has been taken away from her. Missandei, Jon, you know what I'm saying? Khal Drogo, like, and then she wants that love and that admiration. She can't get it. She's bugging out, but not like, I don't think crazy, just like flipping out as if she's pissed.
But y'all call me savage.
No, I agree that y'all ways are dumb crazy. You know what I mean? I've had women pull knives on me. I've had women sniffing on me when I was sleeping, thinking I was trying to smell something on me. I have women do crazy stuff. So y'all, I have no doubt that if we would have had a dragon, this world would be burnt, boy. Especially, man, they done burn people clothes. What do you think they do if they had a dragon? That would have lighted a little gasoline in the tub. Look at Andre Rison, TLC. How she happened to his house, burnt his house down for cheating. You know what I mean? His whole house down for cheating. So yeah, the women are crazy. You got a super chat here from Celador. Says, what are the chances John goes north? Danny shoots John with some fire like Egret shot John with some arrows when he left her, but either kills him or misses the deadly spots like Egret gets. So you think that Danny's gonna pull a burn or like Egret on Jon Snow? You think it's possible that's gonna jump off like that? I think maybe. I don't know. John's got a lot of plot armor, but I don't know about what y'all think.
I wish she
would. Go ahead.
I wish she would kill him. I think that would make sense, but that won't happen.
If you think about it, if you watched the episode before, she was burning some of his men, like the area that John was in, and they were like, we got to evacuate. She didn't care about him, so I could see her trying to off him because he is the number one threat to her. And I want to see something dark, so I would love to see that Daddy just said, psych.
Yeah, my kid's mom would have burnt the shit out of me. I'll tell you that right now.
I was thinking about Jamie and Brienne. I was like, if I was Brienne, you not making it out of Winterfell. We don't do that. Fuck that. So yeah, you're right about the dragon.
Brienne's the only one Brienne's the only one. I don't know why she didn't stab Jamie up. She just stood there.
I would have cut a hand off, a foot, something else. Since he wanted to fight, he could be unsullied.
Yeah, no, that's bogus. She's bigger than him. Like she should have, she could have hit him with a 2-piece something.
Could have mushed his ass or something. Like, get the fuck out of here.
There's no doubt she could have worked. No doubt. There's no doubt about it. He got lucky, boy. That's why he tried to flee at night. He tried to flee when she was sleeping. He tried to pull that card,
Let that be Arya. Let that be Arya. Is he making it out of Winterfell? Is he really?
I don't care. She like
Arya would let him make him. Arya would let him make it out of Winterfell, and then she would catch him when he least expected it, just like she did with the fucking phrase. Arya would just pop out the shadows like, "Oh, bitch, you thought."
Are we really disrespecting the dead right now?
Fuck Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
Fuck him and fuck Cersei.
Are we really doing this right now?
In a worse way.
I got a super chat in the building from what's that say? Percy Palace. Says, I've been rocking with you for years, Tony, and I would want to show some love and maybe buy you a drink at the con. Love the show. Listen, you could buy me a drink at the con. I will buy you a drink at the con. Just come up to me and let me know who you are. You only get to see the Avatar people. So like it's crazy in the Con of Thrones when you go there and people just run up on you. I don't know what y'all look like. You know what I mean? I know what I look like, but sometimes I'm from Queens. I ain't used to people just running up on me. I get a little nervous sometimes, and I get jumpy and start turning around. So if we do approach the Don, you know what I mean? Approach with both hands up and where I can see them. And all right.
Hey,
and let your presence go.
Speaking of super chats, there was one that you missed just before I jumped off a little bit ago. It was from Jude. It says, going into season 8, I love the Starks. After episode 5, fuck them Starks, especially Bran, Jon, and Sansa.
Oh my God. Bran literally said, I have to go now.
Bran could have stopped all this shit, man. Like, bruh, for real. What was the point even of the damn Ravens? You didn't have them trying to go in and like bomb dive with rocks, or this should have been like that damn fight that was in the Chronicles of Narnia where all the flying animals were dropping rocks on the army. He should have had the Ravens doing fucking something. I'm going to go now.
I hate that one.
Even in the books, when you're dealing with the mutineers, right? And they did play it differently in the books. Blood Raven had the Ravens attacking the mutineers. He had them pecking their eyes out and clawing them. So Bran could have did something. It just seems weird to me that he had this ability to take over people's bodies. He had this ability to walk all these animals, and we've never really seen that happen. Only one time in the show when Jon was about to get killed that he ever used that effectively. But besides that, I just don't get it. I don't understand. Bran's is a peeping ass Tom who dropped.
Okay, calm down. Wait a minute.
The power that they've given Bran should have been in that fight like the Ward King. And some of y'all probably don't know who the War King is because you didn't read the books. He wasn't a show character, but this guy basically, when he went to war, he was fighting with soldiers and all manners of beasts. All manners of beasts. Bran is a war again, a skin changer. Every fucking animal that he could have reached in the north should have been in that damn fight. What the fuck was the point of Bran? All this shit to get him to the three-eyed raven and to have him come back just to say Jon was born a Targaryen. That's it.
Even that don't make sense.
For what?
What?
And it don't even matter. My favorite meme that I've seen this season is Jon with his head in his hand, and the title is, the way Jon looks every time he gives up a title, and they keep trying to give him a bigger title. This dude don't want to be in charge of shit. Why the fuck? What the fuck is he special for? Why did we build up the prince that was promised and all this other fuck shit for what? It meant nothing.
Zero.
Absolutely
Kill
nothing.
the Night King. Why did you do that?
Season.
At least when you kill the Night King, you ain't gonna be the king or anything. Like, I don't get it. But whatever.
He knows about his Targaryen heritage, but you see how much it fucked with Daenerys. Like, you see the kind of ripple effect it had on her.
That's all it did.
It did a lot. It killed my family, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, like, it did a lot. Like, it killed my family and a lot of people in King's Landing. So it did a lot. Either way. So
I think I heard Tarzan.
Tarzan, you coming through?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There you go. What's up?
Shit. I'm all swearing and shit trying to fix this fucking thing.
Have you met us? You worried about swearing? What?
I don't know, but I was like, motherfucking microphone.
All right, we don't have to go. We ain't got to get my video demonetized now, goddamn. Conversation, let it happen. But we ain't just got to have a fuck you show, you know what I mean? We ain't got to have nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Tarzan, thank you for joining us, man, and rocking with us, man, this last pregame show. Tarzan will be at the Con of Thrones, and I know he doesn't want me to say this, and I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm not going to go into details about it, but I will say this. A lot of people, a lot of content creators, and a lot of people at Con of Thrones have a lot of thanking to do to Tarzan. He's done a lot for people behind the scenes. And, and though people may not say it to you, Tarzan, I appreciate all you've done for everybody out there in the Con of Thrones and making this a really a good time and making it successful and make people being able to get there and everything else like that. So I just like to thank you publicly for all you've done for everybody out there in the Con of Thrones that people don't know. I know you don't do it for the credit. You don't do it so people can praise you for it, but I want to give you some love on that, man. You've helped a lot of people out, bro. And it was a really good looks for you to do that.
Yo, that's word up.
Yeah, and you know what? That goes a long way because that's much appreciated. Just a thank you. I don't need gold stars or gifts or nothing. You know what I mean? It's just, like I don't know if I should bring this up. Even like somebody we're helping right now, it's like we're this close to nailing that down. I think this is my OCD kicking in. It's like I've got to finish this mission, and it's just like I hooked Tony up with a place, and we got crazy shit going on. We're gonna be breaking out of jail cells. We're gonna be riding freaking dragons. We're gonna be doing a lot of crazy shit down there. It's gonna be a good time. So bring your cameras. If you can make it to the con, it's gonna be a hell of a time. I'm telling you right now. I've partied this thing up as much as I think I can.
No doubt. We got a drive going for Lauren's Corner, trying to get her to the con. She's really close right there. You know what I mean? She's a single mom. So if anyone could help her out right there, I don't think she needs a lot more to get there. I even think we're down to like $50, man.
Yeah, about $50. Yep.
We're almost there.
So we can help her get there. She's coming all the way from Ireland. Not like she coming from down the block.
Scotland. Correct that. Scotland.
What, is there a difference between that?
Oh God, dude, they're gonna hang you. You're gonna get lynched. You're gonna get lynched.
Young man.
Difference between that shit, man. I don't. That's
if somebody said you were from Jersey instead of New York, would there be a difference there?
I don't know nothing about going on overseas, man. You know what I mean? There's a difference if you say you're from Brooklyn and you're from Queens. There's a difference.
Exactly. There's a difference. She's Scottish.
Oh, it's good. Well, she's like what's that? Sean Connery then, right?
Yes.
All right. But she's got red hair like an Irish woman, right?
No, she's blonde.
Is it blonde?
No, that's
she's
ginger.
blonde.
I seen red hair on her. I don't know.
Lauren, okay. Can you please put in the chat what color your hair is.
I seen red hair, so you know, it is what it is, man. I'm sticking to what I
You better
know.
put ginger. I'm backing out.
What part of the game is that?
That's part of the game right there. You know what I mean?
Okay. We'll see once you answer. Okay. All right.
Oh, you white people look the same, man. You know?
Wow. Word.
Oh, damn. It's gotta be white.
I know, it's crazy.
Okay, did you see that in the text? She says, I am blonde and Scottish.
All right, she's a blonde Scottish person.
Very much the fucking hand of the queen. Don't tell me about my lady.
Hey, please help this Scott get there, please. I would love to meet her. I'm sure all y'all would love to meet her in purpose too. So please get up on here. You know, help a sister out. You know what I mean? And you know, y'all been donating to the dime right now. And if there's any more donations left for me, if you could kindly move those donations over to her, I would appreciate it. You know, I love the love y'all show me and stuff like that and all that. And I don't think Kissed by Fireworms, I ain't got no problem with Ginger's girl. I ain't got no problems with no color hair, no color skin, no religion. Ain't none of that gonna affect the Don Tony Teflon, because we are all black when the lights go out. That's my motto. That's where I live, baby. And I'm from Queens, New York. You know what I mean? That's what it is. All right, we are going through this Game of Thrones season 8. We are almost done with this stream. It's gone, flew by and stuff. So let's go through it. I think we named all the major characters. All right, real quick, Timo. I know you're gonna love this one. So Sansa gonna live or die? What do you think? Guys, you know what you want to say. Say it.
I don't even want to say it out loud. Just fuck that bitch. I hate that. I hate that I have to see her face today. Like that's the bitterness of tonight. That I have to see her fucking face tonight. Sorry, the cursing, but you triggered me. I'm sorry.
Y'all trying to get me demonetized. Y'all don't care about my money. Y'all don't care about my money at all.
Yo, what happened to like the drunk round tables, the ginger ale chats? Like,
no, it's all right. I don't care. I'm not on this stream to get paid off this stream. In all honesty, I'm just here to do it for the people.
Remember you used to do those drunk round tables?
Yes, yep.
Those used to be lit.
I was really drunk on those. I remember when LT threw up on the drunk round table. Threw up. I remember when LT. That's my 50 grand right there, boy. I love that dude. Love that dude. I wouldn't be doing what I do if it wasn't for LT, man. For real. I love that man. Me and him gotta do a Wire review. Always talked about it, but now the season's over. I'm gonna go back. We're gonna review the whole Wire series and stuff like that.
Yes, do it. I just did a rewatch.
And that is what's up. Then yeah, me and LT gonna get that popping. Me and L, we're gonna get that done and stuff like that. So we go around the horn. Sansa Stark, she's living or die. I think Sansa's sister throne when this is all said and done. Well, what do anyone else say about that?
Yeah, Sansa has always. Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
No, go. You got it.
I was gonna say Sansa has always been like the Queen Elizabeth, Mary, Queen of the Scots character in this story. So I think she should die, but the way she's been set up, she's probably going to live.
Sansa, I done did videos on everything. I got everything wrong. I thought there was no way they're going to take a Littlefinger type character and have that person went out. I thought they would go more so with the honorable characters, but the way it's looking, it's like a callback to season 1. Cersei made all the major maneuvers with Ned to make things happen. They ended up putting who she wanted on the throne, which was Joffrey. I think they're gonna do something similar with Sansa. So it's like a cyclical thing. There's no real justice out there. And Sansa's the one who's taught, you make your own justice. So she, I don't think she'll sit the throne. I think that's, I would throw up. Like I would literally throw up on the television. So I think, but she'll be like, Queen in the North, something like that.
You might just throw up on the television tonight, because I think that's definitely happening.
Record it. I'm about to trigger y'all Sansa haters. I'm about to trigger y'all Sansa haters. Because you know what? Because I like the term Tony did, Sansa finger. First of all, Littlefinger is one of my favorite characters. So the fact that she's turning into him, I'm like, yes, work everything. She made Dany fall apart with just whispering one thing to Tyrion, and that was all that was said and done. But I could see her winning it because she is the type of person that's not going to go on her honor. She going to play the game. She going to be conniving. She going to lie. She going to go behind your back because that's what she's taught. That's how you win the game. Your honor gets you killed. Like we talking about John possibly dying because of his honor. So yeah, I mean, you might be throwing up, but because she's the only one who's playing it really.
I'm with you. Go ahead, Tarzan. What do you think, Tarzan?
I don't know if you saw what Lauren just said. You said your suit looks awesome, and thanks for the shout out.
Oh, well, thank you very much, darling. I truly appreciate that. No doubt about it. Tarzan, what are you thinking about that? You think Sansa living in this piece or she out of here?
Unfortunately, I think she's going to live.
Well, we're going to introduce you to Timo.
I'm sorry, I'm going to chop that.
Y'all got a lot of comment going on.
I just don't, it's like this. It's just like the way her character is. Everybody's like, oh, I relate to her. But you look at Arya. Arya's been through shit. There's a lot of characters that have been through shit. It's just how she's perceived things from the beginning. I think she's a very selfish person. I really do. Even to this day, I think she's selfish as hell. Mm-hmm. So that's just my opinion. And if I was in the Game of Thrones, I'd chop her head off. So.
Did she hurt y'all? I promise Sansa hurt y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's ruthless, man. She really is. I mean, even from the beginning, you were going back to what you were saying earlier, and you talk about key moments. One of the weird things with me, I mean, obviously, Bran getting pushed out the window, that made you kind of focus on the show. I was like, oh shit, okay, what are they doing here? But when I don't know, I kind of like those tender moments, like Jon giving. I watched that scene today because it's doing trivia shit. When Jon gave Arya needle, that was something that meant something to me. You know what I mean? There was those little moments like that, and that's what kind of gripped me on this thing. But Sansa from the beginning was just like a little stuck-up bitch. I just don't have no love for Sansa.
All right.
Can I call on Lady Monero because we haven't heard from her in a little bit?
Please do. I mean, I told her to keep that on mute off and just start talking. She's just too respectful.
Yeah, I don't like to cut people off when they're talking. Or at least I try not to. I think she lives, and I'm good with that. I'm a team Sansa, so I'm okay with her living. I don't think there'll be an Iron Throne in the end, so I don't see her sitting on an Iron Throne per se. But I do see her being probably part of whatever new governance. Like she'll probably play a role in that. Because I think at the end of the day, she just wanted her own agency, and she achieved that. Because for the better part of the series, everybody had been using her and abusing her. So she's finally reached a point in the story where she has agency for herself. And love it or hate it, this is all the culmination of all the things that she had been through. Whether you agree or not about what decision she made. And keep in mind, I have to keep remembering they aged them up in the show because in the book she's a lot younger. So I'm just looking at it from a point of view from age and maturity. And so they're not grown-ups making these decisions. They're still fairly young adults. So, but again, I think she's reached a point where she has where she's reached agency for herself, and love it or hate it, I'm glad to see that she's able to where she's put herself in a position where she is trying to maintain that agency, where she doesn't have to be under anybody else's thumb anymore, because throughout the whole series, all of that, she's ended up with the short end of the stick in a lot of respects. Not to say that nobody else hasn't suffered, but since we're just talking about Sansa, I'm just going to keep it to Sansa and not compare her to anybody else, because each person's experience was unique to themselves. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right. I love Sansa. I think that Sansa's definitely survived. I said that I think that there's no way to kill her. I just think it would be bad writing. And not that that's going to stop anything from this show, but I just think that would be bad writing to kill her off. And I just don't see how it's possible for her to die in any way. Anyone else?
Lady Diligence.
Lady D, please. What are you feeling about Sansa Stark? She making it or what?
I don't think she's gonna die. I used to think that maybe she even was to the throne, but now I don't. I don't think that we're even gonna see her again. We probably don't even go back north and even see them again. So I think she's just it's over. Like that's it. Like whatever we see of her is gonna be like a blip. Like there's no storyline up there.
That'd be crazy if we don't see Sansa again. And her last scene was just telling Jamie, "I wish I was there to see your sister die."
That's it. Like that's it. Because
She
really, what
sounds
else?
so dead inside.
What reason do they have to make that long journey all the way from Winterfell, or to show us? You know, like what are they going to show us in the north with her? Like there's nothing going on. Their rule is pretty secure there. So unfortunately I think that that's kind of it. It would have been nice to see more of the game be played out and have her be a play, but it's the last episode. I think that's it. We don't see her.
No, she's coming. She's coming down to King's Landing before it's all said and done. She got to. I mean, we got a long ass episode. This episode, maybe Danny like says, "Listen, I'm the queen now. Everyone who's a lord of their realm has to come down here and pay me fealty, or I'm coming to burn your ass." Then she'd have no choice. That's a way to get her down there. I think they have to show her she's too big of an important of a character not to show her. I seen this Lauren Corner said something about jumping on this stream or something like that. AK, if you want to shoot her, we're gonna end soon, but if you want to shoot her a link for her to come on here real quick, she can come on here. That's fine. You know,
real quick while I'm doing that, also, you got a super chat in from Steel 510 Rain. Says, no question, just love for the channel and for the guests.
Thank you very much, Streets 10 Rain, for that. 510 Rain. Appreciate that. I hope everyone made to the con and stuff like that this year. Timo, T baby, everyone. I hope all y'all can get out there. Really do hope y'all.
But I really hope y'all record it though, because I definitely want to see y'all on y'all panel for sure.
I think they record everything and they post themselves. If I remember correctly from last year, they didn't want any of the panelists recording, like posting the whole thing. They were going to do that.
They will let you record some stuff, but they let you know when you can actually put that shit in your own channel.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as somebody record it and send me the link, I'll be good.
Look, you want to see the filming of the stuff that's going to go on after the con, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we do the
I'll let y'all to put y'all business out.
You want to see people get thrown off the dragon. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I'm definitely taping the Ride of
Record
Dragon.
that. I would love to see that.
And I guarantee right now to everybody out there who see I win the Ride the Dragon challenge, I will not even get thrown off whatsoever. I guarantee that when I get on this goddamn dragon, I'm going to ride that motherfucker into the sunset. They're gonna just turn it off, but they're gonna be like,
all right, I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal. I'm going to stay on the dragon longer than you. But I'm not going to win because you're going to get somebody crazy like Kofu's daughter that's going to be on there for 2 hours, right? So here's what I'll do. If I beat you, I will put a bill on whoever wins the whole thing to their charity of choice. Is that fair?
That's fair, but you won't beat me, but you can still do that.
You're going down, man.
You won't beat the Don, baby. The Don don't lose, man. The Don don't
match
lose.
The deal, then. If you're that confident, match the deal.
The deal is matched.
All right, let's do it.
The deal is matched. Anybody if Tarzan beats me, I will donate $100 to any charity that you want, Tarzan.
No, whoever wins, because we're going to time this whole thing. We're going to have a grand winner, and whoever wins the whole thing, $100 to their charity of choice. Yeah.
All right. Whoever wins, and personally, whoever puts up that money will be me or Tarzan. Whoever lasts longer on that. And I guarantee it's going to be me. So, and I'll win it. So my charity of choice will be something to do with diabetes when it's all said and done. So I'll find a good one for you to donate to. So good.
So much shit.
Oh, this is a done deal.
You're already saying I'll tell you what charity I'm gonna donate.
It's a done deal. I listen. Quote the Don. We pull the strings. I'm winning this thing, and not only gonna win, I'm gonna win it easy. It's not even people. I'm telling you, the thing is gonna start smoking because I'm gonna be honest. So, but please, sir, just get off. Please, sir. I'm gonna be like Django on that horse, baby. Where you see me ride that bull, you gonna see me up on that motherfucker doing my thing. That's the way I get down. God damn it. You will see that go down. And we're going to have a great time at the Common Thrones. I really hope that this is a great episode. But even if it doesn't matter to me what the episode is. It's just the end of an era to me. You know what I mean? And though the series is ending, please understand that the community will not end. I will still be making content. I'm sure other creators will still be making content. We still have a lot of book stuff to talk about. So don't go away. Don't not subscribe. Don't not join the fandom. Let's keep this thing going into our 80s. Let's be like Star Trekkies. Let's be like Star Wars fans. Let's be like that and keep this Game of Thrones thing going for the rest of our lives and stuff. And then, if you want to name your kids after me, then that's fine. That's fine. And I wouldn't be mad about it if you did. But if you want to do that instead of Daenerys, I think it's a better look. It'd been better if you named your child after Don Tony Teflon stuff. So we are sitting here right now. We are joined, I do believe, making the first appearance on the Don Tony Teflon's pregame show or channel in general. And this is Lauren, the person who asks questions to people, Lauren's Corner. How you doing, Lauren? And we can hear you about as well as Tarzan.
Dang.
Oh, YouTube does not want us to be.
What's going on here?
Damn it.
Hey, in my defense, I was trying to be like, trying to zoom in my camera, and I was trying to fix everything. I just fucked everything up.
Lauren, is that hair red or is that hair blonde?
She's blonde, man. She's blonde.
Zoom in on her, Tony.
Lauren, try to jump out and jump back in because we can't hear you, Ma.
Yeah,
we got 30 more. 30 more minutes.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. And yes, it is my first time on Teflon TV. I'm a long-time fan. As you know, Tony, I'm constantly mentioning your sweet wee face, your cheeky wee smile. And yes, I am Scottish. And yes, I am blonde. And yes, I have green eyes and all those other good things. And your suit is amazing. I'm digging the hat. I'm digging the ring. All that good stuff. And thank you for letting me just jump on. I know you're about to end the stream and that, but to everybody, especially Tarzan and Alicia and Smokahontas and everybody who seriously helped me in the last week, I'm going to start crying. I get to go to the con because of these people. I love T-Baby. I love Monero. I love all you guys so much. And the reason why I do asking questions is so that I get to know you all and everybody gets to know each other and we get to break down all those barriers and we get to enjoy ourselves and be this community that we are. Be strong, be loving, be open, and just share knowledge and discussion and catharsis and all that great stuff. That's what I want for us all. Despite the show turning into a shit fest and whatever everyone's opinion is, we are together as a fandom, and that's what I love. I love our uniqueness. I love all of that, and I can't wait to share with that in person with you all at Con of Thrones. I am so fucking hyped right now. Yes.
That's what's up. Little known fact, the first video that I ever saw that Lauren did was a 5-minute shout out to Tony because she found his channel and loved his work. And that's how I met this woman.
Yes, I remember way back when Tony was struggling with trying to build the channel and keep going and Tony released a video saying, that's it, I'm done, fuck this shit, I'm out of here, peace. And I'm like, no, don't do it. I need you, we need you, Tony. You listen, when I started reading the books, it was one of the first books I ever read, and then I looked up on YouTube about different theories, and then I came across you and I was like, listening to the accent and the voice, and I was like, who is this guy? Because simply your voice stood out amongst all these other people, basically white people, right? Just putting that out there, right? I'll just say that. And I was like, I'm not sure if I like this, but after a couple of videos, it's like, I want more of this. And the minute you said, I am done, I was like, no, I'm not fucking having this. Even though I only had 50 subscribers or even less than that, I can't remember at the time. I did not want you to go. And that's why I made that video and posted it. And I was like, stick around, better things are going to come. And here you are. And I'm not saying I'm responsible for that, but I'm saying that I'm glad that you listened and I'm glad that you stuck about. And I know I'm gushing here, but Tony, you're amazing.
Well, thank you very much. I will say that you are very much responsible. You have a lot to do with me. I was going to quit, but I was referred to watch your video after, and I did watch your video. I also had to give a shout out to Don the Kraken Whip, Don Willie, T Baby, all y'all went on and made a video talking and stuff like that. It was a very tough time for me in my life personally and everything else, and its channel was not doing very well, especially, you know, and it's rough, you know, it's a rough thing to get into and stuff like that. But you had a lot to do with Don. Did see the video, and you had a lot to do with me sticking around. So I truly do appreciate the love you showed to Don, and the fact that you were able to go out there and do that. I truly appreciate all you and everybody for doing that. You know what I mean? You're gonna try to get me emotional. This is like Barbara Walters and shit. See, that's what you showing me to come on your show. You're trying to Barbara Walters me, man. You're trying to make the Don get emotional. I'm an emotional man already. So
I want to get into the heart of Tony. I want to get deep down into your soul. I want to break past all the layers and the swag and the clothes, and I want to get to the real man inside. And I will at the con. You just wait and see, boy. We'll do a live asking questions. How about that? How about that, chat?
As long as I'm not drunk enough, I will definitely do it. If you can catch me sober.
If you're drunk enough, you'll do it.
No, that's facts, man. When you go to a con, you're gonna spend like half your time there drunk.
I plan on streaming every con I get to, and I never do because no one would do it with me because everyone's just smashed and they don't. I can't do this, so I can't do it.
Well, I actually don't drink that much. I like to watch everyone else being drunk. So,
all right, wait a second. I got a deal for you. If you get on the bull and ride the bull, I will do a live Lauren's Corner with you. In fact, even if you don't want to do it live, I'll come on your channel and do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I don't even need to finish that sentence. I'm getting on that bull. I was getting on that bull anyway when Tarzan mentioned it. I was like, ha, I'm there. Challenge accepted.
So it's a done deal then. That's what it is. Then you will see me on Lauren's Corner asking questions, and I give you free reign to ask any question you wish, and I promise you that I will answer any question you ask me 100% honestly. I will say anything. So whatever you want to know about Don. And I'll also I know you like people to sing on your show. I don't sing, I rap. I will prepare a rap just for you for your show that I've never done before, so I could do it, and then you could sing, and then we can get it popping. All right, we get that done.
Well, lovely. I did actually drop the whole sing thing, but I love poetry and rap is poetry. So you're more than welcome to rap, freestyle, do whatever you want that makes you move on the inside and in the mind and everything like that. So you go right ahead. So we're doing that. And I will try to be as gentle with you as I possibly can, Tony.
I'm from Queens, New York. You can do whatever you want to me.
Oh.
You just wait, boy. You just wait.
Okay.
See, Alicia knows what's going down.
I'm laughing because I know Lauren, man.
Okay. We shall see. The kind is coming.
Y'all know AK will be in the corner with the camera out like.
So guys, in the chat, if you love this channel, smash that like button. If you love Tony, share this out. Come back later for after the episode. Whatever Tony's got planned. Come to Corner Thrones. Come see me. Come see AK. Come see all the panels. Donate to everybody, not just me, to AK, to everybody here, everybody in the community, as much as you can. Get everyone together. This is the penultimate Con of Thrones. We're all coming together, and it's going to be fucking fantastic, and I can't wait for it. Yay!
You know, maybe I would be blushing if I wasn't black, but I don't know if I could actually blush and stuff like that. You know?
You can blush, Tony. I can see it. I can see it. Check that gun out. See that?
I did find out that I'm like, what am I? I think I'm like 20 or 30% British or something like that. So maybe
I saw that post.
Yeah, man, that was very shocking to me.
Motherfucker, man.
Yeah, but I know exactly how on my mother's side how that came about too. So, but my sister, she's a red bone with green eyes. My brother's got green eyes too. He's a red bone too. So It's pretty.
Nice.
It should have been pretty. Yeah. It should have been pretty obvious that's what
So
it was.
you're a Lannister?
Huh? Well, maybe.
Ah.
Here we go.
Maybe I am.
They get interested.
I'm whatever you want me to be. Puerto Rican, Dominican, black, whatever everyone thinks I am. Whatever it's got to be, it's got to be. I'll be that. That's all it matters to me. Right, I know we only have 20 minutes. AK's got to set up for her stream. I know she's on the stream watching Game of Thrones with AK. We're going to go around the horn. Let the people know where they can find you before we get out of here. So we start with AK-47 and work our way down. AK, thank you for coming on. Thank you for rocking with me all these years and hanging out with me and stuff. And let the people know where they can find you.
Oh, for sure. It has been my pleasure. Thank you for having me on and for all the chats and streams that we've done. And, this is like what we were saying in the beginning. We talk, like me and all these folks, except for Fulon, because Fulon, I just met you. But me and all these folks talk like about a lot more than just Game of Thrones in the real world. Like, these are genuinely my friends. And I'm happy to meet y'all. And I know we're going to keep it rocking just because the show is over. That has absolutely nothing to do with our friendship. And I appreciate all you guys supporting me and helping me out. OTDA, shout out to him and Chrissy Volstones, because they always get my links out there in the chats. If you like talking while you watch the episode, swing by my channel. I'm going to be going live in like another 10 minutes. I won't be showing the episode, but you'll be seeing me live react, and we can chat along as the episode goes, and we'll see what's what. I got a couple things coming up. I'll be with Johnny Be Crazy within the next couple weeks for another episode of They Deserved It. Not sure who we're going to be talking about, but I think the people have been seeming to enjoy it thus far. So we're going to have another comedic episode coming up for you guys. Stranger Things is coming back soon, so I'll definitely be on with my Fandom D Saint and the Fat Dingo, Andy. Go check out their channels, please. Let's see, there's a few other shows coming up that I'll probably be covering. A couple of shows that I want to find people to talk about, like Deadly Class. If y'all haven't watched Deadly Class, go fucking watch Deadly Class, and The Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Shit's awesome. But I'll be around, always in the chats, so give me a sub, but you'll probably catch me on other people's channels a lot quicker than you'll catch me on mine. And for anybody that's going to the con, I will see you there. If you see me, come say hi. I'm not shy. And as I did promise Tony, I'm bringing you a bowl of that curry. So I'll see you there.
Ooh, that's the worst by itself, baby. Let me tell you that without a doubt. Without a doubt, I cannot wait. Lady D Grit, got nothing but love for you, girl. Please let these people know where they can find you.
Hey guys, and thanks for having me on, Tony. Really, we should do this more often. You can catch me on my channel, Lady Diligence. I'm sure there's a link floating around somewhere, and if not, it'll probably be in the description box. Content-wise, I'm actually kind of happy the show is over because now I can get back to my book stuff, and I actually started working on content for American Gods. So look out for that.
That is what's up, man. Sure, it's great. Can't wait to see that. But Don, I'm going to be doing The Witcher. I'm going to do The Watchmen too. Say that again. Say that again, AK.
Sorry, my bad. I was telling Lady D if she wants to chat about American Gods, I am full on into that. So hit me up and we can stream about that anytime.
Oh, yeah. Please, let's do it. And I'll be at Con. So I will be there to see you on your panel. So I'll try to record it, guys.
Awesome.
That is good. That is
good. It's at the con?
What did you say, something?
You gonna be at the con?
Yes, I'm going.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank God. That means you got a spot at the rooftop party. Fulon, my brother, man. Listen.
What's up?
It's been real, man. Thank you for I mean, when you told me when I first met you, you hit me like I'm in Egypt. I was like, man, it's in Egypt? I thought you were in Egypt. I was like, how's he gonna get up on this sound? Man, over here in Egypt, but you moved back home and stuff like that. Thank you so much for joining us. We still are doing the Black People Talk podcast, Game of Thrones. We still on that, so that's not ended with me, you. It's real, Tony Darwin. We still running that. We're gonna have more time to do that, but please let the people know exactly where they can find you.
Right here on YouTube, Flan Speaks. I haven't started. My channel hasn't got big enough yet to start Patreon and all that kind of stuff. I'm considering continuing it, despite my disappointments with what's going on. But luckily, Wins a Winner is coming out whenever it does. I'm thinking about starting something with Fire and Blood, since the Targaryens is probably my major interest in the whole series as far as the family. So I'll probably start something with that. Not sure what. I'll be putting out other types of content as well. Everything from sports to might even start dabbling into some, I don't know, some political issues. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, like I said, I appreciate you letting me on. You're definitely the only content creator who I reached out to actually answer back, anything like that, which is cool. I don't really sweat stuff like that. But it's been a pleasure meeting everyone. Those who I agree with, those I don't agree with, still a pleasure. And what's up with the Kind of Thrones? Where is it? I may be able to make it.
Memphis, right?
No, Nashville, not Memphis. No, not Memphis.
Nashville.
Oh, my bad.
To Nashville. Get out there, baby. Get out there. Let's get out there. Get out there, man. I'm telling you.
OTPA, if you could drop that link to the Kind of Thrones website for Full On, I'd appreciate it, please. Thank you.
Memphis, man, that's a serious drive for me. I'm thinking about it.
I did it. I did it to New York. I drove it, and when I went up there all by myself, there and back. My XM Sirius Radio got me there and back, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
I had listened to the comedy channel.
Don't be surprised if I did show up.
I would love to see you there, bro.
Hey, Fulon, get a hold of me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, man.
Okay. All right. With your channels, what's that?
Just hold up to after the stream, and I'll give you my info.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, Lawrence Corner. Please let the people know. Thank you for joining me here in the last ever Game of Thrones pregame show. But we'll have other pregame shows. It's not Game of Thrones. We'll have the prequel pregame show and all that stuff. But please let the people know where they can find you.
Well, you can find me at Lauren's Corner on YouTube. I do hard-hitting interviews called Asking Questions. I'm into my second season. Third season's coming around the corner. I do poetry, book reviews, and I'm currently doing sarcastic angry Scottish reviews of season 8. You should all go check them out just for a big laugh. Don't take them too seriously. They're just me taking advantage of my Scottish accent and for your enjoyment, really. You can also find me on Twitter at Gatallica. You can find me on Patreon at Lauren's Corner. You can find me on Facebook. And go check out Geek Chat 1 on Facebook as well, where it's a nice little fandom for you to come and join us. But most of all, thank you, Tony, and your wee sexy face for letting me jump on at the last second. And to everyone else on the panel, I know I've just kind of gate crashed here. You're all marvelous, especially my Hand of the Queen and Tarzan. And to the ones I don't know on the panel, thank you for just like kind of accepting me on. And everybody in the chat, you're brilliant, and I love you.
Oh, man, Arrow Geek TV, my lady. Thank you for joining me. I've been rocking with me for a long time and stuff like that, and I've had a lot of discussions with you. I love your insight and stuff and everything. Please let the people know where they can find you.
First of all, thank you for having me on. I truly appreciate it. It was a good time. It was very joyous for me to listen to everybody talk and ramble. You can find me on Arrow Geek TV. You'll usually see me on stream with the ladies here on the panel. So that's usually how most of the time you'll catch me. I do ginger ale chats. Don't judge me for it. But it's usually a good time if you just want to come in and just talk about listen to us talk about nothing and join in on us talking about nothing. But it's just an opportunity for us to let our hair down and just talk about absolutely nothing. I do have some other content that I have planned coming up in the summer. So look out for that. And once again, truly appreciate you having me on. And I hope, even though that this is the end of the show era, that people will still be engaged in the fandom in the Game of Thrones, because it is truly a wonderful masterpiece of a story.
Hey, Tony, real quick. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. The Mad Queens will be breaking down and discussing the episode. It's either going to be on my channel or on T Baby's, either Monday or Tuesday. So just set your notifications once we get a time, hit down in concrete. Then we'll set it up and y'all come hang with us and talk with us.
Definitely do that. Make sure when you do subscribe, you hit that bell so you're notified every time they drop a new video. I love the ginger ale tats. I remember a time someone was taking shots from the boobs on the ginger ale tap. It was a great. I ain't gonna say who was doing it, but I'm gonna say I remember seeing that on the ginger ale chat, and I enjoyed seeing it very much so. And I'm gonna be on one of these goddamn ginger ale chats soon, goddamn it.
They
You
are
are always
absolutely
welcome
worth
to
it.
come at any time where you're not creeping in the background. You are always welcome.
Listen,
to
I'm not the Cookie Monster up in there. I'm not talking about that's not me.
Can I just say
always
hashtag Pretty
welcome. You
Force
are
and
always
everybody
welcome.
CC Ginger Ale chat? Absolutely, it's brilliant. I've been on before. Oh my god.
I had a great time doing. So subscribe to Monero. I always say Monero, but Monero Geek TV, please, so that you can be see us on the Ginger Ale chat. T baby, small council member. You know, I've been rocking with you the longest. Everybody here, man, me and you. You know, we've been in this game for a long time, girl. It's about to end. I want to thank you for all the times you rocked with us, all the time small council. You kept it going and kept coming out and stuff like that. And you came on my channel. I want to thank you for all that. And please let the people know where they can find you.
Well, first of all, it's all love, so it's like family when we talk. So it's just it's a beautiful thing. I think we all can appreciate no matter what that we enjoyed the series and we just got to meet these incredible people. So you can find me on my channel. Just type in T Baby. I'm going to be doing more book videos, more streams because you guys definitely seem to be liking the streams. We're going to go into more TV shows. So yeah, most likely I think I'll just do the last stream on my channel just to rock it out with the ladies. We'll have Sam09 on there, who's also been in Tony's chats from I think the beginning as well, to be honest with you. It's been a dope ass ride though, that's what I will say. And I met incredible people. So yeah, and everyone like AK, her streams are dope just to pop in and pop out. I mean, Lady Diligent, she has these incredible theories that people haven't really dug deep into. I mean, Foolon, I just started peeping his stuff and y'all are sleeping on his videos, I promise you. And Lauren, she has beautiful poetry. Monero Geek went through the whole series, I believe, or she's on the last one to do it. Timo doesn't have a channel, but she's always in the chats and always has some dope to say. Even though she hates Sansa, she still is a dope ass person. Tarzan came up with the trivia that had everyone just loving this stuff. That everyone on this panel has done something incredible. And if y'all do not subscribe to them, you're just playing yourself. So just subscribe to these incredible people. And once again, I'm just glad that it's over, but glad that we all got to just meet each other and everything. And it's not really over because we still have these books, and the same people that love this show love other shows and want to still be a part of the community. So if you still are down for all this stuff, and Tony, because he does other stuff, then still rock with him and rock with everyone else. That's all. All love for everyone.
That is what it is. Demo, thank you so much for rocking with me today. I truly, truly appreciate it 100%. I know you don't have a channel, but if there's anything you would like to plug, please plug it right now.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Again, this is the first time being on your channel. Sadly, my first time on YouTube was that ginger ale chat. That was my first time ever on YouTube.
The ginger ale chats are lit. Only for grown folks. Can't go on there. It's for grown folks.
Yeah, way to make an entrance.
It was a great entrance. I'll never forget it.
So, I do have subscribers. I finally have an idea like what to make a video on. I just don't know how to make videos, but I'm a big TV buff, so that's like a kind of hint. Anyway, thanks for having me on, and I'm gonna miss you guys. I miss this community. I'm gonna miss this show, and I just hope everybody goes in there with just like don't go in there with hate. Like don't go into the episode with hate. Just go in there like this is the last one. No matter what.
I hear you. Tarzan, I just get this done real fast because it's about to go, and I gotta rep the hood real quick for the people real quick. Tarzan, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done for everyone, for the Crown of Thrones, just for being a part of this community, man. People don't give you enough credit for all the things you've done. Thank you. Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at the Crown of Thrones.
There
No.
you
I guess when this is all said and done, I think when we get down there at the con, I'm gonna try to get my wings back. There's definitely been some things that stepped on my head, and I'm gonna talk to people down there and see what we can do, and we'll try to get another tournament going when we get back from the con. I think I need to do that. I think there's a lot of people. I kind of thought people didn't care anymore, and I've gotten a lot of good vibes that maybe this is something I should do one more time. I've got Tony on board. I've got a lot of great people that said they'll do this. Somehow I just want to wrap around trying to give him back in some way. I haven't figured that part out yet. Other than that, I mean, yeah, trial by trivia. Just give me some time. I think I'll come back with that. I did want to say this. I'm trying to go fast. I've worked with most of these women on this panel. They're all amazing. Well, T-Baby, I did send her some questions. She's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So
I'm not good at trivia. Y'all saw that, but
I finished the practice trivia question. She's like, no.
I got 5 minutes. If you can in the chat, please put where you are front. I'll give it 2 minutes to run so you can rep your hood for the final time on the pregame show. Let everybody know Teflon TV and all of us are worldwide. And you can rep your hood. Please put it in there, and I will read out as many as I can for 60 seconds. Yes, Lauren is from Scotland, not Ireland. I'm sorry.
Hey, hold on, Teflon. I cannot stay for the rep your hood, so I'm gonna just rep myself right now. AK West Indian born, Brooklyn bred, living in Ohio at the moment, and I will see y'all over on my channel in a few minutes.
Send me that link. I'll come over there.
All
Got
right.
you.
Kevin Cleary from Memphis. J.E. Chicago, from Chicago. The Imaginary Realm representing Brooklyn. Jordan Mack, Oklahoma City. Rob Kino, Philly. Heart Lady, Australia. Confessor Oak, Sacramento, 916. Fandom D. Sate, NYC. OTA, Cherry B. Cheers. I don't know where that's from, man. Val, 287, Detroit Tones got the best got channel. Thank you, Sailor Diva, Detroit, baby. Plexi Brand Trans, Chicago. Diego is from Edmond, Canada. We got Jude the fourth from London. We got T-Mobile from Portugal. Rising Phoenix is representing Queens. Courtney Z is representing Boston. I cannot read anymore. I'm sorry. We have the Granite Person is from New Orleans. I gotta go so y'all can watch the show. But as always, thanks and love to everyone. And as always, peace and stay sexy.